Hello and welcome to the Bakagaijinshow. I'm your lovable rascal of a host, Zeke Freak, and with me, as always, is my inexhaustible co-host, Kevin Faulkner.
Hello. Well, and I also sound a lot better today.
Yes, you do. And you'll never run out. You're inexhaustible.
Also, Zeke, for some reason, you sound worse.
No, I don't. This is slander.
Second.
Ha!
That's a... He makes a good point, though, is that now that I have two co-hosts, I have to, like, rework the intro somehow.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. I will definitely not procrastinate on doing that.
You're gonna procrastinate on doing that, aren't you?
I'm going to procrastinate on answering that question.
You always do this to me!
I'll answer it tomorrow.
Tomorrow!
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow for sure.
Tomorrow.
Yep. But yes, with us again, usual chair, Sheridan. How's it going?
You know it's going.
It is going.
But is it going good?
Yeah, it's going good. I'm watching the HCS tournament in the background.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, Halo Championship Series because I'm a boomer and I like Halo.
Oh, okay. I only read the acronym before, and I was wondering when you got into Hearthstone.
Oh, God. Ew. God, no.
See, that's the correct reaction.
Ew, disgusting. You mean rip-off magic? No thanks. I play the real thing.
I used to play a lot of Hearthstone.
I mean, I appreciate that some of the pro players from Magic helped develop that game.
Yeah.
And it's probably the only reason that game has anything like resembling balance, or at least
Yeah.
But no, it's fake magic. I'd play the real thing. Thank you.
Yeah.
No fake drugs for me. I go with the real stuff. I go with real cardboard crack.
Yep.
Speaking of, I actually missed my tournament last night because my relief for my shift was 2.5 hours late, so I couldn't make it to the tournament.
Fuck, that sucks.
I couldn't jam spirits like I wanted to.
Yeah, you wanted to. Like, you were pretty gung-ho about that the night before.
I really wanted to go make sure that nobody played any cards. Played any cards last night. I wanted to make sure none of their cards actually landed on the table.
So you play blue, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I play blue-white. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
There's not like any excessive noise on my end for you guys, right?
Yeah, this is annoying guy that keeps talking. It's weird.
No, that's normal. That's normal.
There is that.
Yeah.
See, the talking person is normal. That's what you're supposed to be hearing.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I just haven't been able to like do a long-term test for this thing, so this is the dry run.
Yeah. Despite having it for like 3 days now. Yeah.
Oh, shut it.
Which brings me to my next point, which is that it's only been in the past like week and a half that I've truly realized what a non-babysitting Kevin means again, and that means that we're just hanging out constantly.
We are. I can do shit again. I have a life.
In other words, Baka Gaijin Show's official stance is fuck children.
Yeah.
Like, not actually.
Absolutely. Yeah. We will provide no additional context. It's just a big quote that says "fuck children."
Fuck them kids.
I mean, Kevin is a lolicon, so.
Shut up! Yeah. No! We're not going there. No! That is not what that. No! Stop it! Stop! No! Not like that! Not like that!
So defensive about
How dare you? How dare you?
Why would you get so defensive about it?
I thought we were like prideful about it on this podcast.
No, not. Oh, okay. Listen. There's a very big distinct. Oh my god.
I'm more of a Patanko con myself.
See, you know what? I'll go with that. I'll go with that.
I don't think that makes it better in the eyes of the people that would be offended by it.
It doesn't make it right in the eyes of the Australian government.
Yeah, that's true.
Or the Canadian government.
Aw, damn it. Our list of escape targets is decreasing rapidly.
Next, we have to go to Mexico.
I just move to Russia. They engage in it every day.
I don't want to go to somewhere that's currently at war.
That, or, that will...
In total economic collapse.
Yeah. Also, they'll send you to Siberia for being gay, so there's also that.
God damn it, I can't win. I can't win in this world.
Okay, there's more than these 4 places, Kevin.
Either I get shot for liking women with flat chests, I get shot for being gay, or I just get shot.
Looking for love in all the wrong places, baby.
Or just get shot going over to the laundromat. That's about it.
Well, Kevin, there's about 197 nations in the world, and one of them has to be good for us.
Just go to Papua New Guinea.
Yeah, that's a fun name.
It's not. It's nice and toasty over there. You'll die of the humidity.
I hope.
but,
I really hope it's also run by a guy named Papua New Guinea, and everyone just calls him Le Papa.
Le Papa.
Le Papa.
No, sadly, it's
Hello,
not.
Le Papa. How are you?
No, sorry, it's not. Yeah, if the humidity doesn't kill you, the warlords will, though.
Oh,
goddamn.
which reminds me of what the fucking French call Santa Claus, Papé le Jesus.
You're fucking with me. You're fucking
No,
with me.
they call it Papa le Jesus.
You're fucking with me. That's not
I'm
true.
not.
That can't be true.
I am not fucking with you. They call him Papé le Jesus.
I'm googling this. What the fuck? Let's see. Come on, phone.
You're really doubting the
What
Sponge Leponge
do-
people, the Bob Leponge people?
What do the French call Santa Claus?
You type so slow.
Ha! They call him Père Noël.
No, I've heard it as Papé le Jesus. I was told that by my French.
Are you
instructor.
telling me that Team 4-Star was wrong?
Yes.
Damn it.
Maybe it's a regional thing. I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna have to tell Kaiser Neko he's been wrong this entire time,
Maybe
as well
my-
as Google.
Maybe my middle school French instructor was from like the Utica, whatever the Utica equivalent of like France is.
Really? Why from Utica? I've never heard of Père Noël. Oh, not from Utica. No, it's an Albany expression.
It's a French Albany expression.
Last night.
Yes, but it wasn't French then.
It's French now.
Yeah.
Hold on.
All right.
Yeah. But I brought that up only to reference the fact that unfortunately us hanging out more means the podcast is bound to be worse.
C'est une expression Albanese.
Well, it's not my fault that like fucking Sheridan over there is like, hey, you want to talk literally every fucking day?
No. This is the
I have-
opposite of a problem. I'm just saying we gotta step up our game.
Okay, I don't want to hear it. I exist in total social isolation for 12 fucking hours a day, 48 hours a fucking week,
Yeah.
working my job, sitting in a car watching a parking lot. It's not my fault that when I get home, I'm like, man, I haven't seen or heard or spoken to another human being in 12 fucking hours.
I mean, that's
Or
fair.
actually more like 20 hours since the
Yeah,
last time I
Kevin.
woke up. I'd like to talk to people, and you're the only fucker who's ever around.
I don't know why I'm the only fucker who's ever around. There's like,
chronically depressed and not getting online or chronically busy, I would ask other people, but you're it, buddy. You're the one that's available. So
God damn it, this is what I get for having a life again.
help
Kevin,
me find friends.
Kevin, I didn't say it was a problem. I'm just saying we have to step our game up.
This is we do. We need to get better.
Challenge.
We need to get better.
Challenge. It's a challenge.
Oh, come on, G2. Sorry, HCS.
You're good. This HCS is like nerd football. It's great. It's fine.
It is nerd football. You hear these commentators? Holy shit. Mexican soccer announcers wish they were this hype.
And he put cardboard on the table! Ah! Nobody has ever done that in the history of Dota!
Oh god. There's some fucking classic like MLG memes there. Damn.
I love that clip so much.
It's so fun. But anyway,
I
as
just
we
love
were.
when one of the skinny announcers was just like, well, it's not over yet, but I'm gonna start singing. It applies to you, man. You're neither a lady nor you're fat, so I don't think that applies to you. But good try with the announcer quips.
Yeah, good on him.
Yeah.
Good on him. He tried.
Yep. He pulled that one right out of the fucking book of stock announcer quips.
Yeah, unfortunately, he forgot that it doesn't apply to him.
Yeah, the book they're all trained on.
Clearly. I need to move my cord. That's where all that extra noise is coming from. It's my cord moving. Hold on. There we go. Okay. My cord was up next to my leg for some fucking reason. We're good now.
Yeah, well, it was trying to cop a feel.
How dare it?
Yeah.
I did not consent to this.
You're a taken man.
Yes, I am. Thank you. Anyway,
Mhm.
as we were,
I wish we were in the same space so we could do that shit people did in high school for no reason, where they just like put their hand. Do you guys also have this, where people just put their hands on your thighs and just like see if it bothered you?
Yeah.
And I would always like just freak everyone out by not being bothered by it. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Joke's on you.
You could fondle my fucking junk right now, and I'm not gonna care, Kyle.
I'm calling you out.
Mm-hmm.
Calling you out, buddy.
Yep. There wasn't actually a Kyle. I just made up a name.
Also, if you hear any police sirens or anything, it's because my apartment is stationed directly next to the police station. So,
Wow, that's gotta suck for all the crime you were hoping to commit.
Funny.
It's okay. Kevin likes a challenge. Well, okay. Well,
Okay, I don't like...
maybe not.
Okay, maybe not. No. Anyway...
In the hood, we call him the Hollow Knight Dropper because he dropped Hollow Knight.
Oh, shut the fuck up. I'm
don't
gonna
know
get
why I
back
said
to that
that.
later this year.
Kevin does not appreciate a challenge. We've made this clear.
I'm gonna get back to Hollow Knight this year, and if you keep saying I'm not going to, I'm not going to.
I don't think I said that. I just think I just implied it strongly.
Don't test me.
Right.
Actually, do test me, please. But,
now he wants a challenge.
Shut up! God damn it. Fuck.
You're just destined to never be happy, aren't you?
I'm trying to be happy. Shut up!
Even when you're happy, it's a problem, apparently.
Stop it! Get out of my head! Get out of my head!
So, Mr. Trying to be happy, what have you been up to?
Nothing! God damn it.
Well, that's not going to lead to happiness, now is it?
I mean,
Okay.
you could be watching Liquor Recoil. I say it's Liquor Recoil because it's gay as shit, but instead of Lyco Recoil.
Yeah, I know.
But you could be watching Liquor Recoil.
It's pronounced Lycoris.
It's Liquor Recoil, and I'm never calling it anything else.
I know you're not.
Just like I'm never going to call Coffee Shop Panty Drop by its proper title.
I mean, the panty drop doesn't come out until the Dojins, but that is literally every single fan-made work of that series.
True.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It's not an accurate name for the show itself. It just... It rhymes.
Yeah, the accurate name for the show itself is Boring and Nothing Ever Happens.
I didn't say I finished it. I dropped it like halfway through season 2.
Nobody knows what show we're talking about.
It's Coffee Shop Panty Drop. All the Baka Gaijin faithfuls will know it. The OGs been here since the hangout
real
days.
ones.
Yeah, where my real ones at?
It's Rabbit House is the nickname for it. The stupid one with the lollies who run a coffee shop.
Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down?
The one with Chino!
Okay,
Coffee
there
Shop
you go.
Panty Drop.
Everyone's favorite fuck toy. Anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, not yours.
No, you're right, not mine. I meant characters that actually have depth to them.
I mean, if I had to pick
Anyway.
one...
To any Rabbit House fans out there, I'm sorry, but we are not the same.
And to any Coffee Drop Panty Drop... No. God, I'm fucking it up now! Fuck me up!
Pepe, point this user. Everybody Pepe, point this user.
What the fuck is a coffee drop? That sounds like a disgusting cough drop flavored like coffee.
Take 2 coffee drops and call me in the morning.
Kevin, if they could condense coffee into a pill form, I think you'd take it.
I absolutely... No, because then I wouldn't be able to taste it.
Tasting it's the worst part!
But, dude, I like coffee.
Inconceivable.
Speaking of...
Nobody likes coffee. Coffee is just liquid gaslighting.
We're going this route again, huh?
You just drink it until you're used to
There
it.
are, like, 3 different fucking hills in terms of, like, food and shit that you will die on. There's coffee is bad and everybody who likes it is being gaslit. Coca-Cola is not called Coke. And... God, there's a third one, but...
You're really gonna bring that up now?
Yeah, there's
On that matter, go out and ask somebody like a Coke and then give them a Diet Coke and see what they say to you, because I guarantee you that's not what they expected.
Ooh, I can do that! I can do that!
Literally do that sometime. I guarantee you you're going to look
Couldn't
like
afford
a
a
fool.
$2 movie, but now he wants to give out free Coke.
No,
I like to make myself a soft socialist.
It's like, hey, you want a Coke? Yeah. Here's a... Yeah, it's like, ew, what the fuck?
In the words of Marx, let them drink Coke.
Did Marx ever actually say that?
You can't prove he didn't.
True.
In the words of Marx, I'm retarded.
So I've been playing Rune Factory 4 Special on Switch because I have it checked out from my library. Library's good, go figure.
Yeah, this absolute genius renting 40-hour JRPGs from his library.
Look, it is one of their less popular titles, and as long as nobody puts a hold on it,
Yours to be Persona.
I can keep it as long as I want. And also, the late fee maxes out at $5, so even if it's late, I only have to pay $5 and then I'm good.
Hey, that's Blockbuster prices right there, man.
I know, it's fucking great. Keep it as long as I want. There we go. I am going to abuse this system that they have created specifically for me.
Kevin, nobody else will understand this, but I'm gonna just let you know. When I asked to see the contents of everybody in KFP's bags, Pudding just sent me a picture of Kiara.
God damn it. Pudding, stop.
Pudding! Let her go!
Pudding, this is not okay.
Pudding, let her go. Please.
Pudding, you know not what you do.
He knows exactly what he does. What are you talking about?
He knows exactly what he's doing. Anyway, but yeah, I've been playing Rune Factory 4 Special. Good game, really good game. I fucking love Rune Factory, and it's so good to play one for the first time in like, oh, God knows how long. The last time I played Rune Factory, oh my God, that was like over 10 years ago, and that was Rune Factory Frontier on the Wii.
Yeah.
So, also the remaster on Switch is really nice. I understand that the game looked now. The interesting thing about the remaster is that the remaster looks a little bit different depending on whether you play on Switch or PS4/PC, because like on Switch, like they keep the textures like they keep the textures on the character models more or less the same as on 3DS. They just, you know, smooth it out a little bit better. The only real upgrade on Switch is all of the backgrounds, which, like, this is a 2.5D game, so it's like 3D characters on 2D backgrounds. Yeah. The only real upgrade on Switch is that the backgrounds have been upscaled with AI. So, like, it looks decent, but, like, it does have, like, a couple of, like, waifu 2X-ish quirks to it, I guess.
Yeah, I call that Shauna Core.
And of course you do. But yeah, on PS4 and PC, they also upscale the textures on the characters, meaning that I don't know. I think it looks a little bit weirder on PS4 and PC personally. So I'll stick with the Switch version. Thanks. But yeah, Rune Factory 4 Special is really fun. One of the characters, so in Rune Factory, every time you meet one of the new characters that you can romance in the game, a short little anime cutscene plays, and one of the characters who is who runs the bathhouse, she is introduced to you by tripping and falling ass first onto your face. And I need to point out that all of these cutscenes are in first person, so make of that what you will.
Nice.
But yes, Rune Factory 4 Special, very, very good. It will do nicely until I can finally play Rune Factory 5. I'm gonna play it. I'm going to give Rune Factory 5 a fair shot. I know a lot of people don't like it as much, but I'm going to give it a fair shot.
That's because I don't pay attention to JRPGs.
See, that's understandable.
I'm like, oh, new JRPG? Cool, I'm gonna go this way now.
Actually, no. Actually, no. He actually is in with, like, the same library system that I use, so his library actually does have it.
I was talking about you, but okay, that's good to know. Good to know.
Anyway. Oh, you're talking Rune Factory 5, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, my library does not have 5. And even if it did, it would have been the Switch version, which runs like shit, so I'm not playing that version.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm only gonna play it on PC, sorry. But, Speaking of PC, Zeke, I have terrible, terrible news.
What happened?
Now, this has nothing to do with the fact that I bought a Generation 1 Transformers toy from the local toy shop, because even if I had not done that, this still would have happened.
I like how he's preempting my digs now.
Yeah, I know what you're going to say. See, I know. Zeke, can't afford Spider-Man this month.
You know, this might have something to do with the Transformers toy you just
See,
bought.
I just said that. But yeah,
I
no.
forgot. Yeah, but I missed the part where it actually addressed the argument, though.
See, some other stuff is popping up. Like, you know, I gotta get a haircut, and unfortunately, I don't have anybody.
You don't have to get a haircut.
Yes, I do, actually. But
who are you trying to impress, Kevin?
myself. Shut up.
I'm probably not going to cut my hair until next year at Dokumi.
This is why he's never happy. He just thinks he has to do things.
My hair is becoming a bit of a hassle to work with, so I need to go get it cut.
I bet it's shorter than mine is right now.
I don't know. It's like polishing a turd at this point, man. Just let your hair grow
No.
out.
I can.
You're destined to look like a crackhead, so might as well run with it.
No,
Right.
God, dude, I need you to understand that I spent like 10 years being like compared to Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. I don't want to go that route again.
It was a term of endearment, you jerk.
Even before.
Fuckers love Shaggy.
Well, they love Shaggy now.
I've always loved Shaggy.
See, you're one of the based ones. You're based.
So the closer you look to Shaggy, the more I'm gonna like you. The math checks out.
Zoinks.
Zoinks indeed.
But yeah, there's some other stuff that popped up, so I don't know if I'm gonna be. The thing is, if I get Spider-Man, it's gonna be like $60 as just like flat out, and then it's gonna be like.
Are they charging full price for this bitch?
Yeah, they're charging full price for it on PC.
No.
Yeah. Which, honestly, I might wait for a sale. But,
Yeah.
Honestly, it'll probably be down to, like, 40 on the winter sale, so, like...
Is it at least the complete edition?
What's the difference between the base and complete editions?
I'm just asking if it comes with all the DLC.
I believe so.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
that going for them.
Yeah, but I'm not paying $60. Even fucking God of War launched for $50. Like, come on, PlayStation. God damn it.
It's that Marvel tax.
It probably is. It probably is the Marvel tax.
Yeah.
But yeah, not gonna be able to do Spider-Man this month. And honestly, the more I think about it, the more I'm just like, do I really want to spend $60 on this right now?
Probably not. That's haircut money.
You're not... literally, though. Honestly, I'm probably gonna buy, like, a different game that's, like, on sale or something.
True.
Because I have been getting into Sword Online recently.
Yes.
And, I just finished Gun Gale Online.
Yeah.
And what I could do is I
You
can
also
get...
just finished Caliber, but we should mention that.
Oh, God. Fuck. Okay, let's talk about the Caliber arc, I guess.
It's okay, I guess.
It's alright, I guess. It's a nice break before things get really heavy in Mother's Rosario, because Mother's Rosario is, let's make everybody in the fandom depressed.
So it's basically the little Yui mini arc from Aincrad spread out into like a longer arc.
But spread out and dragged out, so you have to feel the excruciating agony for longer.
Oh, fun. Great.
It is a really nice. I do appreciate it because it is a nice Asuna development arc.
Okay.
It is a full arc dedicated to essentially Asuna. Kirito takes the backseat in the story almost entirely. He comes in to be helpful occasionally, but for the most part, this is an Asuna story.
That's great because like I fucking love Asuna, and I think that over the last couple of arcs, she's kind of been. She had a lot of really good development, a lot of really good focus in Aincrad, but.
Well, Gun Gale was very much a Kirito story. And
it
then,
was.
And then this next arc is very much an Asuna story. And then it goes back to being a Kirito arc, very much a Kirito arc. Although Asuna plays definitely a bigger role in Gun Gale in Alicization.
Also, I will admit, I kind of didn't like the fact that Asuna was basically a damsel in distress for most of Alfheim.
I mean, to be fair, like given her circumstances, there wasn't much she could do, and she still figured out ways to try to be a thorn in the in the villain's side.
She did. She is
like,
the entire reason. She
wasn't helpless.
Yeah, like
she wasn't helpless. But
yeah,
okay,
can I talk?
Can I talk? Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. You make the point I was going to make.
Like, admittedly, she did. She is the one who did give Kirito the admin card that ultimately ended up being. The motherfucker's undoing. I forget his name. He's just the
Sugo.
the rapist. Yes, Sugo. Attempted rapist. My bad. He didn't actually do it, but he would have.
Yeah. Don't slander his name or anything.
But yeah, no, I do agree with you. Asuna did get some pretty good moments to actually basically give Kirito enough information and enough of an edge to actually, help him beat Sugo.
No, without that admin card, he would have been screwed.
He would have. That is the only reason
It's only because of her tenacity that card came into their possession. So.
Yep.
So no, like I said, she wasn't useless during the season or anything. But I mean, the deck was stacked so spectacularly against her that there wasn't much she could do.
Yeah, true. That is true.
So it's
one of my
expectations here.
One of my favorite moments is where I love how Sugo obstructed her own he used his admin powers to obstruct her direct view, but he forgot to apply it to the reflections on the bed, so she was still able to see the password and get out. It's like such a great little thing there. But yeah, no, yeah, we're gonna get into Mother's.
He's not much of a gamer, so he wouldn't have noticed that. He wouldn't notice that.
True. But yeah, gonna get into Mother's Rosario soon, and I want to watch Volume 7 of Ruby soon, damn it, because that comic book that I checked out from the library is starting to give me dirty looks.
We can do that tonight. I don't have an issue with that.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds good.
Or we could push through more SAO, either one. So yeah, anime. I want to talk a little bit about the season of anime. Licorice Recoil, probably my favorite show of the season. I haven't checked out Danmachi's new season yet.
Yeah.
But Licorice Recoil is probably my favorite of the season. Is it good? Is it great? No. Is it good? Yeah, it's pretty good. It has moments of going really fucking hard, which I appreciate because not enough anime goes really these days. It lacks a certain brutality that we used to have, and this one definitely has that. People get turned into fucking mincemeat a lot in that show. Akame gets kill style. Like, people get riddled full of fucking bullets or hit by cars and then shot 20 times, or like people go down hard in this show, and I do appreciate the brutality of it. It is not some overly sugar-coated, show that has, girls with guns in it. So people do get fucked up in the show, and I do appreciate that. Also, the cute little romance between the two main characters is somewhat endearing.
Somewhat.
Even if it is super gay.
The gays.
They bleed acid. They bleed acid. Both of those girls bleed acid hard. I don't know if you know that Family Guy reference or not.
No, I don't.
There's an episode where somebody's grappling with the idea of homosexuality. I forget which character, but they go to a pastor, and the pastor says, "See, we've known about the gays for a long time. That's why God made this video." And he pulls a projector, and one of the things says, mentions some female singer. What do you think of Madonna's work? And what do you think of Madonna? And the reply from the person was, "I like her early work." And it stops the video. It's like, if his answer was anything except "I don't listen to it," you've got a gay. And then the next one is he's drawing blood. He's drawing blood at a clinic, and the blood turns into acid and burns a hole through the floor. if instead of human blood, a radioactive acid comes out, you've got a gay. And then he like pops out of his skin as a giant moth creature, and then kills everyone in the room.
Man, what the hell is Family Guy half the time? I swear to God.
I love Family Guy. I love absurdist. I love when Family Guy goes pure absurdist.
Oh yeah, no, that's fucking great when it does that.
That's when it's at its best, is when it just goes completely absurdist. Like
Don't worry, Meg, I can regenerate.
Yeah.
The arm grows back. He's like, my name is Retep, and I am evil.
Yeah.
And at the end of the episode, they're in the Meg copter, and he's like, hey, what's down there? Looks like me in a green shirt. I think I just stabbed a guy.
But yeah, no, anime this season, pretty damn good. We've got a lot of good stuff coming. The new SAO movie, the part 2, is coming out later this year, too. The Aria of Starless Night, which is kind of a retelling and retconning of Ironclad, but told through Asuna's perspective.
Okay, I just want to say that the progressive films are not even like a real adaptation of progressive, so it's like a retelling of a retelling.
Yeah, that's what I've heard, is that they changed a lot of
fuck?
stuff. They changed a lot of stuff, and they're not bad. I watched
They changed a lot of stuff. They added characters that weren't in progressive, and now they're jumping around, because I think they've literally just jumped 4 floors in the second movie here. So
Oh great.
yeah, not that they're bad or anything. It's just
Oh
that
yeah.
I don't know why they're messing with it.
Speaking of SAO movies, after fucking after Mother's Rosario, I am going to watch Ordinal Scale.
Oh God, why would you do that to yourself? It's so bad. Even as a diehard SAO fan, I will admit that Ordinal Scale is poo-poo.
No, I'm still gonna do it. Look, man, I got into this series. I'm going to complete it.
Here's the expectation I want you to go in with. Treat it as an action comedy, and it's great.
Look, I can tell if a movie is going to be stupid within the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, the notes, the things it talks about, some of it makes sense within the scope of the universe, but a lot of it is just completely forced. And it's obviously like, Reki Kawahara wrote the script for the movie. This is not based on any of his other original work. And my guess is that he was drunk at a bar drinking sake late at night, and he wrote the basic synopsis on the back of a napkin, sauntered into the fucking A1 Pictures direction office, laid it down on the table, vomited on the floor, and then stumbled his way back out into his cot.
Here's your movie script.
Here's your script! And then he goes back. I'm gonna go do a lot of hookers and blow off my SAO money. I'll see you guys later. And then they're like, well, we're stuck with this now. Might as well adapt it. Like, that is generally what my opinion is of Ordinal Scale. Like, it's a goofy movie. So if you go into it with the expectation of an action comedy, it's pretty damn good. Because if you try to take it seriously, it's pretty damn stupid.
Yeah, no. I can typically tell when a movie is going to be
so just go into it with that expectation, and you'll probably enjoy it. That I will say, though, the fight scenes and the choreography are fantastic.
Well, it's SAO. It's SAO. I expect that.
Some of the best the series has to offer, honestly. But that's about the only selling point I can really get behind.
I was waiting on that sneeze for like 10 minutes. Oh, I feel so relieved.
Stop edging your sneezes, dude. God.
I wasn't doing it on purpose. It just wouldn't come.
You said come. Anyway, what else have I been up to? You know, I could just search the word complete on my Twitter and figure out whatever the fuck I've been doing since the last episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see here.
Can't take a shit without making it everyone else's business.
Saradin did show me Oblivion. That's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
This past Monday was Bakagaijinshows first ever movie night.
Wait, I have a joke about that. So what you're saying is that Tom Cruise and Joseph Kosinski are an effective team.
Yes, they are.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause for those of you playing at home, Joseph Kosinski is also the director that directed Top Gun Maverick, and we all know how good that film. And if you don't, why the fuck haven't you gone to see Top Gun Maverick yet? Anyway,
because
is it even still in theaters?
I believe it is.
I think it's on Paramount Plus now. I'd have to check.
Nope, it's still coming. Trust me, I tried to look for it the other night.
Okay. Anyway, but yeah, this past Monday was Bakagaijinshows very first movie night in our server, which you can join in the link in the description below.
Nice plug!
And we watched Knives Out, which I have not seen before, but Zeke has. He recommended it.
Yeah.
And yeah, fuck it. I fucking love Knives Out. Turns out that when he is actually in his element, Rian Johnson is a very effective writer-director. Knives Out is really smart. It is whip smart. This is a very intelligently written movie. I fucking love the humor in this movie. It's actually really funny without, like, ruining the tone or the pace of the film. Because, like, one of the biggest issues I had with his previous film, The Last Jedi, you know, the one he did before Knives Out, the biggest issue I had with The Last Jedi, aside from, you know, being stupid as fuck, was the humor constantly undermined the tone and the story of the film.
Yeah.
Whereas with Knives Out, it does a much better job of balancing the two. It knows when to play shit dead serious, and it knows when to give some levity. Fun little... So, like, after the movie, I looked up some trivia, and apparently, for the scene where Chris Evans' character is telling everybody to eat shit, in the original script, he was telling everybody, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. But it was changed to eat shit so that it would keep a PG-13. And honestly, I think eat shit was funnier because it resulted in the amazing line, I will not eat one iota of shit. Man. No, Knives Out is fucking great. Direction, editing, script writing is all just super tight and really well done. I had a great time with that movie. I loved it. Looking forward to whatever the Netflix sequel is going to be like. But yeah, and this Monday, we are going to be watching American Psycho.
Yes, although by the time this comes out, you'll have very short forewarning, so... But yeah, we're doing that.
Yep.
Check out... most Mondays, we're probably going to be watching something, so check that out.
Yep. We might take up a break. We might take a week off every now and then, but, you know, generally speaking, every Monday is going to be a movie.
Yeah.
Yep. So, yep. This Monday, American Psycho. Neither I nor Zeke have seen this movie.
Yes.
I have. It's good. It's a very crazy movie, but it's a very interesting film.
Yeah, one of our friends, Drawing Girl 94, she loves American Psycho.
It's a very interesting film with a lot of really profound things that it's trying to say. I don't know if it says all of them perfectly, but the kind of idea of what makes him crazy, being this... Well, we'll get into it. The things that make him crazy are what are interesting about the film, because they're not the typical things. They're not childhood trauma mixed with abuse mixed with a bunch of other stuff. It's something else, and there's a reason it's called American Psycho, because only in America would this kind of beast be created.
Yeah.
And so it's a lot of, there's a lot of social commentary in that character completely. Also, it's the center of some great memes.
Yeah, I'm aware of the memes of American Psycho. Yes.
Let's see his card. Like,
yeah. We'll get to that.
But yeah, we'll get to that on Monday. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. Sheridan, passing the baton to you. What have you been up to?
Working 50 hours a week, trying to build savings so I can go travel and see my Oshi and other places.
Poor bastard.
Yeah, I know. Crunchyroll Expo is happening this weekend, and I'm very upset that a lot of the stuff that was being done for it wasn't announced until literally last minute.
Yeah, like the fucking KFP cafe.
As a person who's a huge fan of Kiara's work and who wanted to be there, missing out on a lot of the opportunities that weren't announced until literally a week beforehand, and then finding out that they had a full-fledged KFP cafe, and there was that whole experience, and that was literally announced the day, like hours before the event started, and that kind of stuff just rubs me the wrong way. Like I don't know what it is convention center about conventions doing this, but it's a complete disservice. They could make so much more money if they announced this kind of stuff like a month ahead of time and had their ideas all locked down and announced them so that people could make the time to plan and call off work and be able to experience these things.
Yeah.
But instead, now we're just going to have to hope that it happens next year, because I'm sure they won't change things.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm going to have to plan without knowing exactly what's going on. And it's become a thing that's really irked me a lot about conventions recently, is that their planning is very lackluster. And I don't think using COVID as an excuse is going to be valid anymore, considering COVID is not really affecting anything anymore. So anybody who uses COVID as an excuse for lackluster management or bad PR or anything else like that is just is full of shit. Now, I don't think they've used COVID as an excuse, but you know, it is the easy fallback of, oh, the reason we did all this arbitrary bullshit is because of COVID. And it's like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. You're just lying at this point to get yourself out of hot water. But I've seen a lot of conventions doing that recently. And it kind of needs to stop. I want conventions to be better run so that people can actually start going out and experiencing things.
Yeah.
Now the pandemic's kind of like winding down at this point. I mean, COVID is still a very real and present threat to those who are still susceptible to it, but the everyday masses are completely clear of it at this point, and we want to start going out and living life again. We can't do that when, you know, everything is being managed like we're still in the middle of the pandemic. But yeah, so Crunchyroll Expo is happening this weekend. To anybody who got to stake, hope you guys have a good time. They doubled down really hard on YouTubers this year, and I hope that trend continues.
I agree, yeah.
Because in spite of what a lot of people in the anime fandom would like to believe, they are the future.
It is a growing market very rapidly.
They really are the future. And my point about that is, you know, why would I wait? Why is something that I have to wait a week per episode and then wait an entire year or more for another season? How is that for quality content and I get half an hour a week? How is that going to compete with something that is giving me...
Okay, I think that's unfair.
It probably is, but for people like me who need who want to consume content constantly, but constantly run out of it because once you're done watching the anime of the week, the only option is to go back and watch the same shit you've already seen. Like, you know, there's a lot of people like me who want to consume more of this content, but you know, are constantly in a dry spell because of the slow point of the slow work of the market right now, because Japan is still very much under a COVID threat and still very much acting like they're in the middle of the pandemic. You know, it's just like with VTubers, you get, you know, 5 days a week, you get hours of content, and you don't have to wait at all because there are no seasons. So there is definitely a huge market for that, and it is taking off and expanding. They are going to be a firm plant of the future of otaku fandom for a very long time.
I agree. I just don't think it's a fair comparison to compare it to like anime in that regard.
No, it's not. But if you're looking for a fix of content and you're an otaku, it provides. What I'm saying is, it provides a better. It provides a more consistent batch of content than anime does. That's what I'm saying. If you're an otaku and you want to consume lots of content, then VTubers are providing a better service in that one specific regard. Than anime is in general.
Kevin, how long is it going to be till I can't even call myself an otaku anymore? First it was the fucking gacha games, and now it's this shit.
Okay, the gacha games were absolutely a fucking fad.
I mean, I don't know. They're still going strong. I mean, have you seen Genshin Impact? Like,
okay,
that
that's
shit
true.
Is literally ruling the world.
That's true.
Right now.
Genshin. Yeah. Okay. Fair.
And before that, it was Fate Grand Order. So.
Yeah.
It's evolving. It's evolving.
So, being an otaku is an evolving thing these days. They're finding more and more ways to keep us hooked for a longer period of time, and I'm here for it because I like serotonin. But
don't we all?
Yeah,
don't we all?
So Crunchyroll Expo went all in. They have like almost half of the entirety of Hololive coming for meet and greet events, for panels.
Yeah, Gura and Amelia had a panel the other day.
And Kiara has hers with Ina today. And she did her meet and greet stuff yesterday. So I mean, they've got a bunch of them from Indonesia. They've got pretty much the entirety of Hololive English.
The fact that they have so much of the Indonesian talent too, and they're also getting like really big, like.
Well, because most of them speak English.
True.
Yeah, they're kind of like like the unofficial Hololive English branch, also, as well as being Indonesian.
Yeah, there's actually a very large. There's a large overlap.
The only one that I think Muna and Yofi are like the only two that struggle with English from time to time, and even then they can still speak it.
Kobo also struggles.
Kobo can still speak it though. I've heard her on stream. She does.
Kayla as well.
Yeah, but even so, they can still converse in English. It's just not very good English.
Yeah,
but they can still converse in English. So there's still a large English appeal to all three of them.
I would argue Kobo and Kayla have
don't quote me
more
on
issues.
Yofi. If there's any Yofi fans in here, don't quote me on that. I've only heard her speak English twice, and I wasn't very impressed by it. But I don't follow her, so if she does better or has gotten better, then don't quote me on it. Don't pitchfork me. But that was my impression.
I will argue against the idea that Muna isn't like she's gotten a lot better at English in the last few years.
I think so. I think she has gotten a lot better. I just remember a lot of her streams early on. I mean, she's good enough to start trash talking your viewers, which is fantastic.
Yeah, I remember specifically the
Vicky, I don't think you have a girlfriend.
I think God. But yeah,
that shit was legendary.
Fucking love Muna. But but yeah, no, I'm remembering specifically, I think it was a collab between her and Kiara.
That was like a year ago, but yes.
Yeah, like that, in that one, she definitely did struggle with some English, but she's gotten way better in the last few years.
Oh, you want to fight?
Year. Yes, you want to fight.
You want to fight. Yeah.
And chat's just going, fight.
Yeah, but they leaned Crunchyroll Expo.
Now we're not crazy. We're not crazy.
Leaned really hard. Yes, we are. Leaned really. Just call it what it is. We're fucking crazy for anime women who stream 5 hours a day, 5 days a week. No, but so they leaned really hard into VTubers this year, and I hope the trend continues long enough that I hope it keeps growing, and they feel the incentive to do the same thing next year.
Yeah.
I know that Sony owns. The surprising thing to me was that Sony owns a big part of Niji Sanji, Hololive's biggest competitor.
They do.
And what shocked me, and they also own Crunchyroll now, and what shocked me was that Hololive has a much larger presence at Crunchyroll Expo than Niji Sanji does. Maybe it's because they're smart enough to read the market and know that Hololive is far more popular over here in the States.
I think that's really just it.
Yeah, and I'm hoping there's not going to be any kind of attempted buyout. Like Sony comes to cover and says, we'll give you $12 billion to buy out your company. And Yago's like, well, I like to be fat and happy for the rest of my life.
Yeah,
I hope he doesn't do that, because I don't think Hololive would be the same under Sony's management, considering Sony is the root of all evil in this world.
Yeah, I don't see that happening, so I'm considering that a non-issue. Yeah,
I really hope that's not the case, but I do like to see the representation there, and it's almost the Hololive is such a big presence there that it's almost drawing more fans than the anime fandom. But more conventions need to be doing this. There is money to be made here. When I went to Germany, there were over 1,000 of us there for just one VTuber, and a lot of us from overseas.
Yep.
Because this stuff isn't everywhere yet. It's not an every convention kind of thing. And so
give it a few months, it will be.
Well, and Hololive also, VTuber fans also understand how short-lived this stuff is probably going to end up being. Our projections are that these girls will be doing this for maybe 5 years, and then they'll move on with their lives. Because doing this, it's impossible to actually live a life. Like, this becomes your life when you do this kind of job. And so much like Real Idols, like, generally 5 years is about as... And so we're ravenous for any kind of content we can get in that short period of time. We want to live it up until it's over. And so I hope more conventions take advantage of this and start getting more talents on board with coming. Cover especially, I don't know how Niji is, and I don't know how Bishoujo is, but Cover especially is very, very fickle to work with. Sometimes they don't answer your phone calls on time. From what I hear, I've had some insider talks with some guys at conventions who have helped organize this stuff, and sometimes Cover can be a little lax when it comes to, responding to your phone calls at all but the last minute. But that being said, they're usually very open to getting their talents out there into the limelight and into conventions and stuff. And I know that eventually the plan is to send them there in person so they can do the stuff on site, which would give lots of people cool opportunities if the girls decided that they wanted to do more than just a panel and a meet and greet. It would give them a lot more flexibility to do stuff on site. This is hopefully going to be a trend that becomes starting, because Anime Expo also did a big Hololive thing, and that was only a couple of weeks ago.
They did, yeah.
So big shit. So anybody who got to go to CRX, enjoy the KFP at the concession stand, please. For me, do it for me, please.
You know that is going to be the most popular spot in like the food hall.
It's going to be the most popular fan. It's going to be the most popular fan booth, and apparently Kiara herself is pushing for it. Anytime she gets invited to a convention, I actually spoke to her on Twitter yesterday about it. But I asked her, I was like, what kind of stuff does it require to get this stuff going? And she said, well, it depends on the convention, it depends on their competency and their willingness and their budget, and some of the restrictions, because some conventions don't let you do food service yourself. You'd have to like convince like a chicken restaurant or something there to rebrand themselves for a weekend. They won't because sometimes convention halls have food courts. Sometimes the food courts have agreements that you're not allowed to sell food as part of the convention.
Yeah.
So it depends on the setup, but she did say that she pushes for it any chance she gets when she's invited to a location. And hopefully the other girls start pushing for some of their own stuff as well at these conventions to kind of just give people the full experience. But yeah, so anybody who got to go to Crunchyroll Expo, I'm extremely jealous. There was a Korean convention also called PopCon, which rented out an entire cafe for a month and has Hololive themed dishes and food stuff and special stuff like that. And it all looked really fucking good. The lines are insane. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, no. I can imagine with a like specialty cafe like that, everybody's going there.
So a friend of mine on Twitter, his username is Pong. I met him at Dokumi. He is Korean. He was I think he was in Korea at the time, and he was waiting 3 hours before it opened, and there were 200 people in line.
Oh my god.
But that's the nature of this stuff. Is it's always very limited. It's always very limited. So you get to feel really special if you actually get the fuck in.
Yeah.
Do I like the scarcity of this market? No. But am I willing to fight tooth and nail to get a piece of that pie? Absolutely.
Congratulations, you're part of the problem.
The social validation and the endorphins are absolutely fucking worth it. I've already spoken about my escapades, and if you think I've come down off that high, you're fucking wrong.
No. I know you better than that.
It's gonna be a year.
I know you better than that.
But yeah, but that's the other thing. Speaking of social validation, is a lot of these talents will also interact with you on Twitter. I know Kiara is exceptionally social. She's actually kind of an outlier when it comes to that, but there's plenty of chances to be social and interactive with these talents too, which is something you really don't get a whole lot of from the anime industry unless you live in Japan. It's very hard to make it to events. It's very hard to interact with the talents and the voice actors and stuff, especially if you don't know Japanese.
I've also never felt the desire to, so...
There's a lot of people who agree with you, and that's fine, but for those people who are huge fans, like, it's like, oh, I love this voice actor's work, I wish I could get to talk to them or meet to them. Well, this VTubers pretty much provide that as a daily service.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
So,
I kind of feel like an actor fandom is a bit divorced from the anime industry fandom. You made it sound like I want to go meet the producers, and I'm like, not really.
I mean, I just want to go meet Reiki Kawahara so I can shake his hand and say, "You're a fucking pervert." But you're probably right. But at the same time, like,
I just think it's wild. I've been quiet because I just want to let you guys do your thing. But like, I just feel like it's wild to even compare those things. I get what you mean by Crunchyroll Expo is slightly less focused on anime. But I don't even necessarily agree that it's less focused on anime so much as it's just more focused on this other shit that's adjacent. I feel like.
Well, I'm not saying I never said it was less focused on anime. There's still a lot. I still think the majority of people showed up to CRX this year for the anime content. I mean, it's Crunchyroll after all. So
Yeah.
I never said that. I never said that. Don't put
Yeah,
words
I
in
don't. Yeah,
I just said that they were focusing really hard on other adjacent stuff this year, and the big one seemed to be VTubing.
yeah. No,
Which is a big deal. Which is kind of a big deal for VTuber fans because not a lot of conventions. There was a small convention cycle last year in the United States, but outside of the United States and a few Japanese conventions, there was very little VTuber presence at all in conventions last year. And it's nice to see that both AX and Crunchyroll Expo, two of the largest conventions in America, have really doubled down on this year, going out of their way to invite a lot of talent.
You just made it sound like they were competing, and I'm like, I don't think they're competing. I think that's why they're there, is that they're synergistic in that way.
Yeah, I'm pretty much with Zeke on that one.
Is this compete with anime? I think
Air 5.
Yeah. Anyway, they're two very divorced mediums. But what I will say is that for there is definitely a group that I know of, a very large, sizable group that has completely stopped watching anime in favor of VTuber, because of one reason or another.
I think it's because this is just my conjecture, but to keep up with the VTubing, especially if you follow more than one, like that kind of takes up all your time, wouldn't it? So like that.
If you want to follow everything, sure, but a lot of people dip with multiple people and only watch like one stream a week.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying though.
I'm a special case because I follow literally everything.
I don't know if that demonstrates a lack of interest in anime. I think that's just when you make more time for one thing, you have to make less time for other things. That's how time works.
Yeah.
So
I think that's more so just like a time management thing than anything else.
I'm just sitting here wondering why Sheridan wants the anime industry to die.
I don't want the anime industry to die. I want it to get better. I want there to be valid competition for it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think these things are competing. What do you mean by competition?
If you guys don't see it, that's fine. It's a lot of subtlety. It would take me a very long time to explain it.
Well,
I've kind of already explained it.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm just saying that by compete, I don't know what you mean by compete in this sense. They're not gonna. You can't animate an episode every day of the week. That can't happen. If you're talking about like frequency, you're talking about like engagement in that sense. That I'm struggling to see these things as comparable.
That's fine. I already explained my point earlier. I think you missed it.
Kevin, do you know what he's talking about?
No, I know what he's talking about, but it's just that I don't think I agree with it.
That's fine if you don't agree with it. I have noticed a trend of a lot of people in the VTuber who are VTuber followers, essentially abandoning anime, and it's not because they can't fit a half-an-hour episode into their week. Or a couple of half-hour episodes into their week. Like everybody's got a couple extra hours of time, even if they consume most of their time with something else. It's mostly that the level of entertainment and or it's not necessarily the level of entertainment. It's more that I treat VTubing kind of like reality TV.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it very much reminds me how reality TV completely took over television for a while. Yes, you still had syndicated crime dramas and you still had the occasional stuff, but their ratings and their viewerships went way down in favors of things like I'm a Celebrity, help get me out of here. Anybody remember that one?
No.
But it was bottom of the barrel garbage, like Survivor ripoff with celebrity guests.
Yeah.
But its ratings outdid NCIS for a season simply because at the time reality TV was the new thing, and it was giving people a kind of a fresh and new form of storytelling. Like it's not it's not just watching.
I get why you make this comparison, but I feel like that's different because those were literally on the same channels, and that's just how TV worked. But like these are the anime industry is growing like year over year, dollar over dollar. So I don't think they're having a problem in that regard. If like the specific people you hang out with watch less anime, I don't think that's like indicative of a larger problem with it though.
I just use the sample logic there, which is for every one person that you see, there's usually 100 more that follow the same logic. So, and I've seen more than a fair few. It seems to be a growing, at least from my end. But you know, you're probably like my 2 cents from what I've seen. And I'm not wishing for the anime industry to die, and I'm not wishing for like
yeah.
I'm not saying that VTubers are the end all be all going to be the thing. When I say they are the future, they're going to be a staple for talking medium, just like gacha games are, for probably the rest of all time. So that's all I'm trying to say.
I feel like at some point the regulation ban hammer has to come down on gacha games.
Yeah, very similar to how it came down on like loot boxes, predatory microtransactions, and shit like that.
Well, it's interesting because I think so. It's interesting that you say that because I know that Fate Grand Order got a lot of heat, especially after other gacha games came out, for having one of the most predatory systems for gacha.
Yeah,
because there's no safety net. Like you could drown $2,000 into a gacha and not get the character you wanted, and the game would just kind of shrug their shoulders and they say, better spend 2,000 more. I think the industry is kind of in most regards has kind of self-corrected itself, as a matter of like trying to provide a better business model to get more people because they had to compete with Fate. So a lot of what I notice is a lot of games like Princess Connect and I think Genshin Impact does this. Don't quote me on that again because I don't play Genshin, but I've heard that it, you know, for every failed roll that you get a token, and after a while. You can spend those tokens to just buy the character in the banner one. So yeah, it requires a lot of money, but it guarantees that after a certain point, the game will just straight up say, "Okay, you gave us, here's your fucking character. Sorry about your luck." And I know that safety net has been a godsend and a major turning point for a lot of players. Like a lot of players have abandoned games like Fate. In favor of games like Genshin or games like Princess Connect because of that safety net system. So it's interesting that you say that because in my view, the has become less predatory in recent years, and it's kind of been a way to compete with the more predatory, are also more popular for some reason. If the ban hammer comes down anywhere, I think it hit America before it hits anything in the Japanese industry.
That's true as well, because Asia just has a different cultural mindset about this sort of.
Well, yeah, and sometimes they can be more obsessive. But my thing is, look at a series like the one that's making all the headlines right now, Diablo, a game where literally to max out your character, you're gonna have around $500,000 in gacha.
Is it cutting out for you, or is it my?
It's just every now and then, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, just occasionally spend the $500,000 to max out one of your 5 characters. Yeah, no, it's no problem. But I think if the ban hammer comes anywhere first, it's going to be American loot boxes. I've never got the impression the Japanese loot boxing, while annoying, is anywhere close to where we need to be aiming our crop right now. What's your take on it? What's your stance
on
just gacha in general?
Oh, I don't like it.
Yeah, me neither. I'm not into it.
I understand.
Yeah, no, it's just pumping money for JPEGs. I can't. It's so alien to me.
People say that, and I'm sitting here like, you do realize these JPEGs have like game relevant abilities, right? They change.
Oh,
games,
yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, no. Well, yeah, I understand. No, yeah, no.
Yeah, there are the people who buy characters because they have a cute ass, like everybody who bought Mona. Impact. Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I just want this character because I want to stare at her ass, and I'm like, there's Rule 34 for that. Go search Gelburu. There's tons of Mona ass.
Yeah,
you don't have to spend a dime.
No, I understand the people represent game pieces or whatever. Although from the outside looking in, that's like the less talked about aspect of it, though. So like, I don't necessarily blame people for having the impression that it's ruling for JPEGs, because I don't really hear a lot of people, aside from Genshin, which is more video gamey than most. I don't really hear people talk about like the game part of the gacha game, so it kind of adds to that impression. But
yeah, I never hear people talking about how good this. I just hear about generally, and this is a person who pays no attention to it, so don't pitchfork me again.
Yeah.
But I never hear people talking about the story I know initially people said, "Man, this world is really pretty. The graphics here are really good. This is like Breath of the Wild, but with ass." And I'm like, okay, I mean, those are all valid praise, I suppose.
Yeah.
But like after a while, the only discussion came down to, which character is hotter, which character is busted, poor game balancing, but mostly about the character.
Yeah. So yeah, the only gacha game I've ever really heard a lot about the gameplay of is fucking Disgaea RPG, and Disgaea RPG sucks. So there's that.
Yeah. I wanted to play the Symphogear gacha game, but I think they made a mistake. I think with the Symphogear gacha game, instead of being a turn-based gacha game, they should have instead made it something like Honkai Third Impact, where it was a 3D hack and slash
Right,
with 5
I
characters,
agree.
and
Yeah.
then you rolled for upgrades. You rolled for specific upgrades and weapon sets, as opposed to trying to invent 3,000 different versions of Hibiki, which creates a very dry roster.
Yeah.
And so, like, there are definitely gacha games that have completely failed.
Yeah.
Failed.
Yeah. I mean, like, literally, aside from, like, obviously, like, Mudai Gacha, which is a completely different thing.
Yeah.
The closest thing I've ever done to that is fucking Overwatch skins, and they're getting rid of loot boxes, so,
Yeah.
In favor of a battle pass system, from what I hear. Yeah.
Yeah. And, like, a direct store.
Yeah, I actually prefer the Battle Pass and direct store system to, like, the fucking loot box mechanics, personally.
Oh, yeah. Like, I didn't do it super often, but there were times where I dropped, like, $20 in loot boxes and get, like, a bunch of shit I didn't want. So, like, yeah, like, I'd rather just pay for shit directly. It's a better, more fair system.
Yeah, I prefer it because you guys know that I play the game. So...
Right, yes. The game shall not be named, yes.
Yeah, the game that literally revolutionized the Battle Pass system. And
that's only Acclimade.
What?
Not sure it's a good one either. That's only Acclimade, and I'm not sure it's a good one.
I don't... Yeah. I disagree, but okay. But yeah, and like, the way that game works is that you just pay a flat rate, which is like $8 or $9 for an entire season pass. You spend that entire season, and like, the way that the progression works in a battle pass is there are a number of different challenges that you can complete. There are event-based challenges, there are daily challenges, weekly challenges, monthly challenges, basically just a bunch of different things that you can do. And these challenges are fairly simplistic. It's stuff like, go to this area and kick a beach ball around, or get headshots with a pistol, or, get damage with an SMG, or like, it's fairly simplistic stuff that your average gamer can do without a whole lot of like trouble. And as you complete the battle pass, you unlock more and more items within the pass, and that way there's like, and like, one of the biggest elements of the battle pass system in this game is the fact that you also get premium currency by completing challenges. So by the end of the battle pass, you've already paid for your next battle pass plus more. So, like, really, as long as you keep playing the game, it's a one-time purchase, and you can just keep going as long as you want.
I really liked how Modern Warfare, the remake of Modern Warfare, did their battle pass, because if you bought the first battle pass, which I think was $10, which is not unreasonable whatsoever.
It's fair. It's fair.
Cosmetic content you get.
It's like 3 months worth of content. Yeah.
It's 3 months worth of content for $10, and then you could also earn premium currency through that battle. So if you got like halfway through the battle pass, which was like grinding an hour a night, an afternoon for a whole month, or a couple of hours every other day, you'd have enough premium currency to buy the next battle pass. So as long as you kept playing,
exactly,
you never have to buy the battle pass.
Yeah, that's basically what the game I play does. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I need to go downstairs to grab a fork and knife.
Funny, I get it.
Oh, it was okay.
It was a joke, yeah.
I thought he was.
No.
I thought someone just brought him steak or something.
Oh my god, I think he did leave. No, come back!
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm not rich enough for steak. I'm poor.
Oh,
right. Well, there are other things you can eat with forks and knives.
I work 50 hours a week and I'm still poor. I love America.
Yeah, it's great.
This is America.
Yeah, I'll have to see how Overwatch 2 implements its battle pass. Fucking be prepared for that commentary in a few months.
Well, on the bright side, your game is free to download, so you can play the game without any
Yeah.
cosmetic additions for completely free. So $10 or whatever it's going to be for the fucking battle pass doesn't seem completely unreasonable. Just treat it as the entry fee to the actual game. You're actually paying $20 for the game or whatever, and it's actually not an unreasonable ask whatsoever. So as long as they do the premium currency thing that allows you to just daisy chain those, then $20 does not seem like a bad thing for a person who plays the game a lot.
And this is another reason why I fell hard off of Halo
predatory
Infinite.
whatsoever.
This is another reason why I fell hard off of Halo Infinite, because Infinite does not do this.
The one good thing I hear about Infinite is that the battle passes don't expire, though.
Yes, the battle passes do not expire.
Yeah.
So if once season 1 is over, you can use your tokens to unlock stuff from season 1 if you want to. So if you want the cosmetic from like level 64 of season 1, you can work towards that. Or if you want something from season 2, you can work towards that.
Yeah.
That's worth copying.
That is something worth copying for future battle passes and other games.
Yeah.
So if we combine the earning premium currency from Modern Warfare and Game That Shall Not Be Named with being able to work with
my fork and knife?
With being able to complete previous season battle passes whenever you want from Halo Infinite, we kind of have the perfect system here.
Yeah, this is the Captain Planet of battle passes.
With your powers combined.
Yep.
With your currencies combined.
With our wallets combined. Captain Battle Pass.
Oh my god. Can someone make that a comic, please?
That feels like something VG Cats would have done.
It would. Yeah. But
unfortunately, Scott's Ramsumare must have had his hands cut off in a tragic accident, and he's just unable to draw anymore.
No, he still draws. He just draws porn for Patreon now.
Oh, he went to where the real money is.
He did.
Is it drawing furry porn at least to make the big bucks?
Yes, he does.
Charging $26,000 for something with fur and tits. Great.
Just
see, he knows.
For a giant throbbing cock.
The old webcomic artist to furry artist pipeline is something worth investigating.
I mean,
down the rabbit hole, the furry porn pipeline.
He should do that.
We already did furries. Just make it furries part 2, the porn arc.
What happened to all those classic webcomic
somehow tie
artists?
it into the socio-economic wars of the Soviet Union.
See, now you're getting it. Now you're getting it.
And in the background, he'll be playing the hurdy-gurdy.
God damn it! It's the worst episode of his entire. I mean, interesting instrument. I mean, I myself am investing. I'm trying to save up money so I can buy. And if you don't know what a fucking duduk is, it's the most beautiful woodwind instrument ever.
Yeah, I know what a duduk is. I've listened to music from games that feature Egypt.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's actually Armenian.
Yeah.
In origin, although it can be found anywhere in Middle East musical. I've been considering getting a duduk because it's a very simple instrument to play, as long as you can understand how the beat works. But yeah.
Anytime anyone says Armenia, I'm just reminded of that clip from 1,000 Ways to Die about the guy who killed himself with a pen from an Armenian surplus store.
Yeah.
The pen gun.
The pun. Wait.
That's what I would call it if I was in charge of naming such things.
I was gonna say I was killed by a pun.
I'm sure Ron Perlman made a pun after he died. I don't remember though.
So what else you been doing, Saradin?
Literally nothing. Swimming in my own pool of despair as I don't have enough money to go travel to cool places like Crunchyroll Expo.
Yeah.
And just doing my best to try to grind through work and earn some money. I'm probably going to have to give up playing Magic soon because my work schedule is going to be shifting and I'm not going to have Friday nights off.
Aw, damn it. Sad face.
But honestly, that's fine. I've been out of the loop for so damn long. It would take such an investment to get back into the loop that
right.
I'm fine playing casual Magic for the rest of my career. and just playing it as a fun thing to do as opposed to a second job, like which is what Magic became in my teenage years and my 20s was a second job. Dayton also has like an extremely competitive environment for competitive Magic, so it's like unless you have the time to grind tournaments every single week, you're just not going to be able to compete.
Oh yeah, that's why I fell out of competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Is because there are just so many tryhards in the area.
Yeah, no, our area is extremely competitive. I mean, we actually have Legacy tournament. I don't know anything about Magic. Legacy is fucking expensive and extremely difficult to play because everything kills you instantly.
The fun thing about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is without set rotation, everything is Legacy.
Yeah, but that also leads to the problems with the game being constantly to death.
Yeah.
Set rotation helps minimize that because, you get the same card 3 times over a span of 3 years, and it just becomes relevant and then not relevant again and then re-relevant.
Yeah.
It allows them to contain the meta game more, which I think is why Magic is a more popular game, if I had to guess. But it does get annoying.
Also, because you can play Magic for money. Yu-Gi-Oh! You don't play for money. Because Kazuki Takahashi said, "We will not play for money," and Konami was like, "Can we please?" And then Takahashi
You don't really
like,
play
no.
Magic for money? Well, so anymore, you really don't play Magic for money. They actually changed how the...
But you can, is what I'm saying.
No, you actually can't. So the way...
What?
Yeah, you actually can't anymore. So what they do now is they give you tickets for winning, and then there's a prize wall. Now, the prize wall will have some sweet-ass shit on it. If you win the tournament, you'll have enough tickets to purchase the fucking... You'll have enough money to purchase, like, a Black Lotus off the prize wall or whatever. Wow. But, so... And then you can flip that for money. But it's kind of the pachinko thing, where you don't really play for money, but you can always go around the corner and sell off what you do win for money. So, you can absolutely do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's just not directly. They just don't pay you directly anymore.
Right.
I do think the Pro Tour...
What I'm saying is...
The American Pro Tour scene, I think, still does... the American Pro Tour scene still has a cash winnings, but I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I'm just saying historically that has been the difference, is that from the outset, because Takahashi said no money, no cash prizes, Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, you have the right to win your grandparents back. That's what you.
Yeah, we just play for human souls. That's all.
Yeah.
Serious business.
Wait, you're telling me that the Christians were right this entire time and Yu-Gi-Oh! Is satanic?
We don't use that word, but yeah.
Yami no game.
But we have but we have subplots of friendship.
Yeah.
Anytime the show gets a little too dark, we talk about friendship. Anyway,
sometimes the friendship is what makes it dark.
Oh.
Sometimes, yeah.
Anyway.
But anyway, no, I really haven't been up to a whole lot this week or two. It's been kind of dry. I will be there for the movie watch along though.
Yeah, boy.
I tend to be.
I was just gonna say it's been raining quite frequently, actually.
I will be. I probably won't be here. Oh yes, I will. I'll be here for next week too.
Right.
But the day after, I'm going camping.
Oh, okay.
Because I need some time away from the concrete jungle of my life. I need to go just listen to birds chirp.
Yeah, you do. You've been like really uptight lately. No offense. No,
you're fine. I've been super stressed out recently.
Yeah, understandable.
Money has not been coming in like I wanted it to, so I'm gonna go just get away from it all for a little bit.
Fair enough. Understandable.
That's it. My story's over.
All right, cool. So Zeke, passing the baton. What's up in your life?
We had such a long segue in the middle there that I forgot that this is what we were doing.
It's the first segment, dude.
To clarify my segue, because apparently we were putting words in my
God damn it.
My point was never that VTubers are completely going to dismantle the anime industry. I'm just saying for some it's a better option, and that's why it's becoming popular.
Right.
It's going to be an adjacent part of the anime industry, or of the otaku lifestyle, just like gacha games became. That was my only fucking point. So anybody who thought I was saying, "Oh, the anime industry's dying because of VTubers," don't paint me an idiot. I'm not an idiot.
Yeah, no.
I'm not a fucking moron.
VTubers, yeah, they're gonna be a malignant tumor just leeching off of us. Like,
You know, that may be your opinion, but they're a sexy malignant tumor. But they're a sexy malignant tumor, so I'm all for it.
like a fucking Metroid, just going like.
As long as the tumor,
Yes.
as long as the tumor
Suck
has a
on me.
nice ass.
Suck on me, or good thighs.
Yeah.
Anyway, God, I hope Kiara never listens to one of these. It's like, oh, Jared's part of a podcast. Let's listen. Afterwards, I just get ghosted for the rest of my life.
Watch her bring it up. Watch her bring it up on a stream and be like, "So Sheridan, so Jero, I heard you were." God damn it!
Those guys on a podcast, and I'm like, no.
There's co-hosts who used just to say the N-word with reckless abandon, huh?
Oh. I mean, have you heard them play Grand Theft Auto?
Or at least Kevin did.
Oh yeah, no. Have you heard? No, Zeke. Have you heard VTubers play GTA 5?
Yes, I've heard it. Yes.
Okay.
I love the. I don't know if you guys follow the channel Cosmos ZR.
Yeah.
But they did a great thing where they're two black dudes, right? That do like shitpost
Yeah.
content.
I know the video you're talking about.
And he's just like, oh, let me everything. Her name's Miko. Everything she does is funny, bro. Just let me show you. And like he brings up the video, and it just happens to be the Grand Theft Auto thing. And he's like, and his friend just shoots him, and is like, you doing this to me during Black History Month? But it's December. Motherfucker, every month is Black History Month. You fucking colonists.
Colonized ass.
Colonized ass.
Kevin, I am confused because Angry Joe just put up the top 10 most anticipated games of 2022, but it's August.
Bruh.
It must be like a re-upload, right?
It must be. It has to be.
I assume.
Is it? It has to
Either
be.
that, or he fell into a wormhole, went back to 2021.
Oh no. Oh no. Angry Joe, no.
Angry Joe time travel arc, let's go!
Let's go! Man, no, seriously.
He's gonna go back with a coat hanger and abort corporate commander. Oh, those are the skits.
What you been up to, Zeke?
Kevin, I do things sometimes.
I know you do.
Sometimes I do.
Is this not one of those times?
No, it's one of those times.
Okay.
I've been watching anime.
Anime.
But anime's dead. Nobody cares about it anymore. Just kidding. No, what you been watching?
Right. I've been watching Engage Kiss. I've been watching Shadow's House Season 2. I've been watching Danmachi Season 4. Which apparently the third episode was outsourced to Studio Pastoral, but it looked pretty good, so you couldn't even tell, it's a good sign. I've been watching Call of the Night. I've been watching Made in Abyss.
I still have to get on Made in Abyss.
Nice stock fart sound effects, by the way.
Yeah.
Do I even want to know?
Couldn't spring to the folly. Yeah. It does go pretty hard.
I mean, they did that in The Northman. I don't know if you've ever seen The Northman, but The Northman
Nope.
had like the most stock fart sound effect ever in it, and it was just like really jarring considering it's such a serious film.
Yeah, it's so fucking cartoony.
Yeah, when they're in the basement and they're like, when they're in the basement doing the ritual or whatever, and the one guy belches, and it's like a real belch, and then he's like, "Let's see how the cub responds," and the cub just goes like, "Brrr." It's like the most stock stereotypical cartoon fart sound effect. It's like, I like his spirit.
I want to know who that guy was. Who was the fart guy from the stock cartoon fart sound effects? Does he know?
I guarantee you, it's not a real fart. It's probably a combination of like 20 different sound effects, all subtly combined together. I mean, the punch sound effect, the sound effect you hear in every old action movie, that is literally a combination of like 6 different sound effects.
Well, yeah, because spoiler alert: when you deck someone in real life, it doesn't usually make a sound.
It does make a sound. It's just not very loud or impressive or poppy.
Yeah, but well, that theory is probably what actually happened. But I like my theory better, where there's one man whose farts will echo throughout the ages, and
just like the Wilhelm scream.
Yeah,
that's a real guy.
Yeah, it's like the Wilhelm of fart sounds.
Yeah,
and there's just one guy who really got off on the idea of like media throughout the decades utilizing his farts specifically.
I like how we were talking about an anime where a woman or a girl tries to saw her own arm off. Thank you. Necessary.
Yeah.
And we ended up talking about fake fart sound effects, and I'm very confused now.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the Bakagaijinshow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, Made in Abyss. Yeah. Bunch of anime. And then last night I watched Lightyear, Kevin.
Oh, god damn it! You didn't tell me. Fuck. How was it? How was Lightyear?
Lightyear is pretty good if you completely ignore the premise they try to sell you on it.
Oh no. Oh, it's one of those.
Okay.
Okay, continue.
What I said was a compliment, but okay, you can have that reaction.
Go ahead.
I think it's pretty good if you just look at the film as it is. If you try to take it as this is the film Andy saw in 1995, it kind of falls apart because it is very tonally not a film from 1995.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't the movie basically like Baby's first Interstellar?
It is very modern. It has a very modern. There are some retrofuturisms in like the design of it from time to time. Like the autopilot is like a cassette tape, like looking thing.
Yeah.
But like the overall tone of the film is very like modern sci-fi, which I don't necessarily have a problem with. I think it's actually pretty good if you look at it as what the film actually is, which is trying to make a character out of a real Buzz Lightyear and give him a compelling, like, a compelling arc and a compelling like story to build up like this legacy of this character.
Yeah.
I actually think it's pretty good. It's actually pretty good for that, and of course the film is actually like fucking gorgeous. Like I've wanted.
That is the one thing I saw is that from the trailer was that the movie looked really good.
Yeah, I've wanted Pixar to go back to something sci-fi for a long time now, and I'm glad they did. So like I do think there is some tonal confusion with the film, and I think they picked the wrong angle to try to sell it. I'm not the first person to say this, but it would have worked better if they just said it was like an in-universe like gritty reboot.
Yeah.
Of like an older, spunkier thing. But if you can put that framing aside, I actually think the film itself is pretty good.
Okay.
Okay. I don't think it's top tier Pixar, but it's pretty good. I like it more than I think most people have.
Okay, that's... Oh, okay. I'll give it a look.
I would give it a look.
Also, completely off topic, but the Twitter account Shirts That Go Hard posted one that says, walk into the club like, what up, I gotta, oh god, oh no, sorry, wrong building, I'm so sorry. Continue with your funeral, God bless.
Yeah. Nice. I feel like that doesn't have as much impact on a shirt, but whatever.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. Oh.
Then there's another one that says, this is the only shirt I had with no cum on it.
Yeah, I mean, that works better on a shirt. It references the fact that it's a shirt.
It does.
I like self-referential shirts. Big fan.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So anything else? Anything else aside from Lightyear?
I played more Hitman. I played some more Stray. I read more book.
More book.
I did some writing. Right, since last time I quit Amino, that's a thing that happened.
You did, and honestly, I've been wondering for a while, how come it took you so damn long?
I made the classic human error of having hope.
You know, you should never do that.
Yeah, if there's anything the world has taught me, it's that you shouldn't know. This is not the world I was promised, Kevin.
I was promised jetpacks. Where's my jetpack?
Okay, maybe you made it silly. I was trying.
I know. Bruh. Do you even know me?
You kind of just made a farce of my whole stringent. It's not even an allegory. It's just like
it's just a thing.
I just said what we're all thinking. Anyway, you distracted me. What was I talking about?
You were playing Stray. You've been reading books.
Yeah. Oh, I quit Amino.
You quit Amino.
I
Yes.
saw Stray played all the way through on stream, and it was pretty good.
Yeah. I quit Amino, so now all of my writings are going to be on AO3 and Fiction Press. I'm probably gonna at some point. It'll still be on Fiction Press, but since I just learned AO3 does take original works, I'll probably move Killer Connect over to AO3 at some point. I'm still in the process of moving over all the direct stuff to AO3. I actually just did some of that right now. I'll probably do some more in a bit.
We are doing it as we speak.
Yeah, so I literally just put up like 2 or 3 chapters while you were talking. So there's that. That'll all be moved over soon, and then I can never use this fucking app again. The Belgian girl DM'd me. It's like, give me links, and I'm like, okay, here's the links. I was waiting for this so I can uninstall this fucking app. Yeah. So now that I have talked to the Belgian girl, I can finally uninstall this app at some point.
Your most fervent follower.
Yeah, I'll probably keep it installed. It doesn't take up that much space, just in case people message me for links or whatever.
Yeah.
Or if I just need to look something up real quick. I don't know. Yeah, but I should probably at some point I should probably preserve my blogs and stuff. That's a good point. Thanks for bringing it up, me.
Thanks, me. You're welcome, me.
Yep. Air 5. Yeah.
You gave yourself the Obama medal just now.
I did, and I accept. Yeah, I should probably preserve all my blogs and stuff, but that's more work, and I don't like that. But I'll get around to it at some point. So yeah, I guess the app's not going anywhere. Never mind, I'm cursed to this damn thing for all eternity.
No.
Well, I got like 5 years of content to get off of the fucking thing, so...
That is true. You've been on Amino for a very long time at this point. It was kind of like your home on the internet for a while.
I don't know what you're talking about. My home is youtube.com/ZeekFreak, where you can find new episodes of the bakagaijinshow every week. Like and subscribe.
Yeah, but that's not where you posted all your fanfics and shit.
I have a lot of homes.
You do. True.
Like our Baka Discord server, which you can join in the link below. Thank you for the easy segues.
You're welcome.
No problem. Yeah, Air 5. We're just the Air 5 podcast, aren't we?
I was about to say.
We're just doing it because we can. Air 5! Yes! Aha! We're full of camaraderie today, and I really appreciate that.
I mean, I'm in a good mood today. Let's go, baby!
Why, some good happen?
No. I mean, I have a mic. I have a proper microphone.
Right.
I sound less shit.
I just get suspicious when you're happy.
Also, I want to watch Ruby tonight. We should watch Ruby tonight.
All right,
Yeah.
Fuck you, fucking addict. Jesus.
Okay.
Let's go.
I got 2 more volumes to go. Let's fucking go.
I gotta get the rubes in my system. Oh, that would have been funnier if my nose wasn't plugged. Other nostril.
What the fuck was that?
I'm trying to snort Ruby off the table. But I accidentally did it with the nostril that's clogged up a bit.
That might be the title of the episode.
I don't know. I've already written down coffee is liquid gaslighting. That's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one.
Trying to snort Ruby off the table.
Oh no, he's written it down. Now it's on the agenda. Damn, we need some kind of tiebreaker. If only we had a third chair.
Saradin, which one's funnier?
I like the one where you snort Ruby off the table.
Let's go!
Oh. Okay, fine. Meeting adjourned. Everyone, round of Air 5s.
I didn't hear an Air 5 from you, Saradin.
I didn't even hear an Air 5 from you, Kevin. Were our Air 5s so
I
in
broke
sync?
my watch.
God damn it.
Were our Air 5s so in sync that I just couldn't hear Kevin's?
I think that's exactly what just happened.
We have to try again. Air 5. Yes.
There we go.
I think Yeah.
I fixed my watch.
That was a good first segment. We should end now on a high note.
All right.
All right,
show,
let's get into the Reddit dive when we come back.
Yep. Stay tuned to the Baka Gaijin show. Hello, welcome back to the Baka Gaijin show.
Hello. How are you beautiful people doing? It's those three fucks you know.
Who the fuck are you talking about? I ain't beautiful. I'm your fucking dealer.
Did you fuckers forget about me?
Craig!
Hello, Craig.
Hello, Craig. How have you
Craig, what is your
Three,
opinion of the VTuber
three.
overtaking
Unbelievable.
of the entire anime industry?
been? Craig's gonna need a moment to process that one.
I think everybody tried to process that one and it came up error. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. That's not what I'm saying.
They are appropriating virtual culture. They offend my sensibilities.
Jesus Christ.
See, this is the real point to be made here. What do we like? Come on, the virtual revolution. We're going to talk about the AIs here. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, come on now.
I mean, the first one, he
They are
literally had
wearing
AI in her
virtual
name.
face.
It's hard to
The
argue.
very first VTuber even had AI in her name. Appropriating.
Oh
You're
yeah,
right, Craig.
Aikizuna.
Yeah, I made a terrible mistake. All right, let me unsubscribe from Kiara real quick.
No.
Again, I really hope Kiara never finds these podcasts. I will be excommunicated from her circle immediately.
Aikazuna is not welcome at the barbecue.
Well, she's not welcome anywhere anymore, honestly.
That's fair point. Fair point. Anyway, it's time for the Reddit dive.
Woo! Let's go.
Let's dig into Reddit and find the things worth reading aloud for your amusement.
I've been waiting for this day.
I've been waiting for this. Did you see that, Shinji? I will start now with a tale of pro-revenge.
Always good. Always good.
Titled, Keeping Me Up at Night with Your Parties. Enjoy being shamed on the national news.
Ooh, this sounds like it'll be fun.
How will this escalate? Let's find out. In September of 2020, the apartment next to mine was let out to two young women, both students. After they settled in a bit, it turned out they wanted to have a party. No big deal, except Belgium was in full lockdown at this point due to COVID, and you were supposed to only have one fixed visitor over, but then again,
Yeah.
to be young again. I didn't
Oh,
really
to be
care.
young.
During this time, I was working in healthcare. I work with the mentally disabled, but I volunteered for the ad hoc COVID team, meaning I got called upon to tend to those residents who were sick and needed quarantining, or who were effectively diagnosed with COVID. This meant pretty long working hours, and I spent about 10 to 11 hours a day at work, with a full hour's bike ride to and from. Needless to say, I was pretty tired pretty much all the time. So I wasn't looking forward to the noise from a party, but I'm pretty chill, and I know that living in the city, some noise is to be expected. So they're having their party, and I can stand some noise and music, but this party was fucking wild. People shouting, full on, in the hallway, wrecking shit, etc., etc. At about 4 in the morning, I introduced myself to the neighbors and asked them when they could expect their company, 20 plus people, to leave. And if they could refrain from having a party the next day, as I work and get up at 6 every day, so they promised they'd keep it down for the rest of the night. They didn't.
Oh.
And they wouldn't have their party the next day. Plot twist, they did have another party, and then another one the day after. At this point, I have been going 3 full nights without sleep.
Well,
and
see,
nearing-
clearly they want to rock and roll all night and party every day.
Yeah. At this point, I've been going 3 full nights without sleep and was nearing neurosis. Every night I'd talk to the girls, and every night would be full of apologies and stuff, but nothing would change. I also felt terrible when I had to enter their place because it would be absolutely packed with people, and I work with some very vulnerable people at work who I wouldn't want to spread COVID to.
Yeah.
This was pre-tests, pre-vaccines, pretty much pre-knowledge about we have now about COVID.
Oh, lovely.
Luckily, the weekend came. Hey, I like that guy. He's a good singer. No.
I get it.
Yeah, the other weekend. He came and went to their parents, and I could recover for a bit. They went to their parents, and I could recover. Suffice it to say, I wasn't really liking my new neighbors. During the next few weeks, they refrained from big parties, but would have a constant flood of people coming over during the night. And by constant, I mean constant. Like, their bell would ring 70 times a night, and people would always be coming or going, and those people would be drunk or loud. Our communal hallway is pretty much an echo chamber because it's all stone, and any noise will travel throughout the entire building. Basically, I couldn't really rely to sleep at night. It drove me crazy. I could only sleep Friday through Sunday because they would go off to their parents or whatever. I couldn't grasp how they could know this many people that would always be coming and going. During one night, while knocking on their door to complain about the noise, I encountered my upstairs neighbor, who's also on Reddit, and decided we'd have to join forces to get this to stop. My neighbor told me some important bit of information. The reason there were people coming and going all the time was because they used their apartment as a makeshift bar/hangout.
Oh.
During this time, bars were closed due to COVID, and all those students were using the big apartment to hang out. Moreover,
that is effectively a speakeasy.
Yeah, basically. A COVID speakeasy. Man, we're gonna be hearing wild tales from the COVID era for a long time. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, we are. Oh my god.
Anyway, moreover, across the street was another, quote, frat house with 5 boys living there, and that too was a secret hangout. So people would hang out at these 2 places and cross the street if they wanted a different atmosphere or wanted to see their other friends, etc. And the boys from across the street would also come over like 15 times a night. Most visitors seemed to be law students or affiliated with them, so basically our communal hallway was part of their cafe space now. So we tried talking to the girls again. Then we started to talk to the visitors. None of them had any sympathy for us when we were asking them to be quiet at 4 in the morning.
Of course.
Most of them just laughed at us, as we were the pesky neighbors, no doubt. Even more of them were just so wasted that they didn't know what they were doing, so we started calling the police dozens of times. Most of the time, they weren't let in, and the police told us they couldn't do anything. We kept calling as we wanted a record of our calls in the system. Belgium was still in full lockdown at this point, and what they were doing was full-on illegal. Even so, police told us their hands were tied if they couldn't open the door. So when the police couldn't help, I turned to the next best thing. I'm a social worker, and I have no problems looking up information and calling around to look for help. So this is what I did. Most places, student unions, police, town hall, were understanding, but couldn't really do much. So I acted on the suggestion of the upstairs neighbor and contacted one of the girls' deans.
Oh.
I shot him a nice email about how sorry I have to bother him and take up his time, but I had this huge group of students from his faculty ganging up every night, and maybe he wanted to know about it since they were breaking every possible COVID rule that existed at the time. Especially since me and my neighbor were about to go to the papers of this story, as secret lockdown parties were becoming a thing in the papers at this point. This dean called me right back and we had a nice talk about our problems, and he told me he was on it. So basically what he did was he called the law student girl and her parents, big drama ensued, and we finally got to sit down with the girls, and they finally sounded like they were really actually sorry. Tears were shed, for which I had no patience, to be honest. We learned that the police had actually been inside a few times, and they were issued tickets for having secret parties. These are about €300 each a pop, so no idea why they didn't just stop.
Oh.
Ouchies.
We learned that they were not happy because the dean had called them up at 11 o'clock and they were still asleep, to which I said, well, that's your problem. You still sleep at 11 o'clock. I'm up at 6 every day, and you girls haven't been a bit understanding about that. So we got to feel a bit like we got our revenge, and we got to vent, but we kind of kept it nice and parted on good terms, hoping that this would be it, and we could live together as nice neighbors. But if that were the case, I wouldn't be here, right?
It clearly gets worse.
You'd think they would have gotten the point now and would refrain from making noise and partying. Well, you'd be wrong.
You'd think, but they're stupid fucking teenagers.
Basically, what they did was they moved to the frat house across the street and started partying there. There were slightly less people running to and fro, but the noise was still a problem, and we were now in the middle of a second COVID wave, and these people were meeting up with huge groups like crazy, while I hadn't seen a soul in almost a year. Never mind the people at my work who were forbidden from even going to their own freaking families. The whole thing was just ridiculous. So my upstairs neighbor happened to film such a party across the street and sent the clip to me. We were thinking about going to the press with our story, but weren't really sure if it would be a good idea. So I posted the clip of the party on the subreddit of our country, our Belgium, just to test the water. I'm assuming he didn't say that. It got quite a lot of comments and upvotes, and it seemed most people were also sick of people disregarding the rules and having secret parties. After some talks with the upstairs neighbor, we decided to contact the press and simultaneously go up a step in the university hierarchy and contact the vice rector. I don't know what the fuck that is. That had the power to start up a disciplinary case against the student. This person is one of the 12 vice rectors for a total campus of about 15,000 students, so they're very high up. Things moved fast. Local news picked up on our story from Reddit and contacted me, and we gave some background information. They confirmed with the police that cops had been there dozens of times to our address and across the street and weren't let in most of the time. We mentioned that the university was involved and we'd hoped they would finally intervene. The next day, the piece was on the website. It went viral there and got promoted to the sites of most national newspapers. Its headline was sensational enough, mentioning the dozens of times police had showed up and also mentioning how healthcare workers were being kept up by selfish students. At the same time, the vice rector contacted us to take our statements, which we already had prepared on paper, and informed us that they would investigate and quite possibly start up disciplinary actions. At the same time, more reporters were contacting me throughout the day, and we made sure to mention this to her and link the university the printed articles. The next day, while at work, I got a message from the upstairs neighbor that a film crew from the national news was at our doorstep. He declined to talk to them, and I would have done the same since this was getting pretty big now, but they made a segment anyway. Sure enough, that night at 7, here was my street in a short section about the cops standing in front of a closed door dozens of times, and the local press cop talking about the troubles of closed doors. The best part of it was that a student from the offending frat house across the street had let the film crew in and said on camera exactly what we were accusing them of up towards the university. That they had been having parties and didn't let cops in, and that they'd done it multiple times. I have no idea what made him think that was a good idea. Anyway, trying not to make a huge story even longer, the press died down sometime later, and the disciplinary action from the university went through. Before the hearing, we sat down with the girls from our block and cleared some things up. We wanted to live like normal people together, and we tried to make some amends. Because we put in a kinda good word for them, they got the lighter end of the stick, 40 hours of community service and some probation. The guys across the street got 80 hours each, and each had to write us a letter of apology, which I thoroughly enjoyed reading every time I got one. The sad part is, most of them sounded like dumb young kids, but that was after getting called out on the news and being part of a disciplinary action.
Yeah.
But we never wanted to escalate things this far. Some noise is to be expected when living in the same building, and we were never going to go to these extremes for some expected noise. But these people went to the extremes, so we were forced to do the same. The rest of the year, a simple message on WhatsApp silenced any noises we had coming from their apartment. If anything, I hope they learned that even very polite and chill people can become very upset when presented with sleep deprivation and excessive noise. TLDR, neighbor frat students party full-on in COVID lockdowns. I call the dean and national news on them. They get shamed in the papers and the biggest national news station and get scolded by their university.
I mean, the entire situation could have been solved if they had just stopped doing the, like, excessive partying, like, night in, night out. So, like, it's not really OP's fault that things escalated to the point that they did. It was just a natural... It just kind of got to that point because it is a huge problem, and it became a larger problem due to lack of action on part of the partying teams. So, like, I can't even blame OP here. Like, they could have stopped at any point, and they chose to keep going because, you know, they're stupid fucking teenagers.
Yeah. Actually, somebody in the comments posted one of the clips that was on the news, so I'm gonna put that in the group chat.
Okay, I'm not gonna put that in the video, but
yeah, just to give you guys an idea of how loud this party was, and this was the one across the street, mind you.
Right.
Anyway, so that was a good tale of revenge.
That was pretty good. Yep. You still here, Zerdin?
I'm still here.
Okay.
All right. I gotta.
Mind you, every time I open up OBS, Discord goes into streaming mode, so I can't hear if people enter or leave the call.
Yeah. Okay, Kevin, read this one.
Alrighty. And here we go. What the fuck? Okay. Ah. It's time for a small Tifu.
Just a little bitty Tifu, little tiny itty bitty Tifu.
Today I fucked up by refusing to give tea to a Chinese senator. Ah, politics. I got a job at a fine dining sushi restaurant as what I hoped would become a casual summer job. Today in particular, we closed at 10 p.m. However, this one particular table was still sitting around at 10:45 p.m. with no intentions to leave soon, and I just wanted to go home. Well, this table asked for a tea refill, and I said we wash the teapot and I can give hot water instead. Well, the guy sitting there got really pissed off at that and started telling me off in English, Japanese, and Chinese to really make sure I understood that I am wrong. The whole table was moderately drunk, and I was pretty tired from working 10 hours, so I just said, I understand, and walked away. I even made tea after and gave it to him anyways, even though the teapot was already washed. I guess he never gets told no because he made the owner of the restaurant come to the table and bow and apologize. The restaurant owner told the senator guy that this is his greatest shame in 20 years opening this restaurant and even bowed on his knees. I honestly wasn't about to bow and sincerely apologize over this because he was being so rude to me, so I made a half-assed apology and said I'm sorry you feel this way. Oi. This guy then proceeds to throw around our server trays and keep telling me off. He already paid the bills, so he just left after. I didn't know that he was some millionaire Chinese senator coming to the restaurant a couple of times a year. The other servers told me later all this, and that he's always very drunk and rude, but because he is so powerful and rich, they just deal with it. TLDR, I didn't give a powerful politician customer tea the first time he asked, and he threw a temper tantrum. Oh god. Edit. Wow, thank you for the 9,000 upvotes. I woke up this morning to 300 notifications. Reading the comments made me feel better after such a bad shift, and I'm happy to say I quit today and will be enjoying the rest of my summer as a break. Actually, a couple hours after I told them I quit, they said I'm fired for this, so Uno reverse card? Ah, fuck. Close the app. By accident. Hold on. There we go.
Oof.
There are a lot of comments about how this post / I am racist. I just wanted to say that this interaction does not represent all Chinese people. In fact, I am Chinese, and rich assholes is not segregated to one race. Any race can be an asshole. For this post, I was just describing him as I was pretty phased to find out such a powerful person was angry at me. Also, a lot of comments are trying to find this guy, so some description I have is he's pretty tall, about 5'11", lanky with glasses, and with almost shoulder-length curly hair. My coworkers told me they forgot his name, but said he was part of the Chinese senator's dinner. But I can't find him anywhere, and honestly, it's fine. I don't need to find him. I'm not working there anymore.
So I actually looked in the comments of this one, and people were accusing this guy of making shit up.
Yeah.
So I want to go through this saga real quick.
Okay.
So someone said, quote, this particular customer does not make up a large or even small percentage of revenue. Couple facts. The only Asian American senators at the time of writing are women. The only Asian Canadian male senator I could find at the time is not Chinese. This one's most relevant. Current Asian Australian senators are either not male or not Chinese. China itself does not have senators. The Japanese man in the story does not treat honor like a Japanese man. The legacy of Bushido did not turn grown men into groveling toads every time they run out of tea.
Yeah.
Nobody would write a blatantly racist piece of fiction like this. They could tell if they were being yelled at in Chinese or Japanese. And then someone pointed out that there are 2 male Asian Canadian senators from Canada who have Chinese roots, Victor O and Yuan Wu. Neither were born in mainland China, but since OP apparently is from Toronto according to their post in history, if this post is true, it would have to be about Victor O, who is a senator from Ontario. So I guess we did find him.
Got him. How do you spell that name, by the way?
Just Victor O.
Like O-H?
Yeah.
Victor O.
So we're apparently Reddit is pretty sure that this was Victor O.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it might be.
Let me look at this
So,
guy.
interesting sidebar. I have an old acquaintance, John Schleybaum, and he is a pilot for American Airlines.
Yeah.
And if you guys know anything about how the laws concerning air travel works, if you're on a plane, you are now technically in international territory, which means the captain has rule of law, even over the president.
Yes.
He was taking a flight out of DC, and there was a senator in first class who was on his phone, and of course you have to disengage and turn off your phone before we can take off. It's a safety thing. And so the senator refused to get the phone, to turn the phone off, because he was in the middle of an important call apparently. And so John gets up out of his pilot seat and goes back to confront the senator. And the senator, and he's like, sir, we've asked you multiple times. We're not going to ask you again. Please turn off your phone so we can take this flight off. We need to be in San Francisco. We need to get you to the midpoint airport so we can get you to San Francisco. And he just the senator apparently cockily points to his pin, and just while on the phone, and just shakes his head and says, "Senator." And John's like points to his pin and says, "Pilot, get the fuck off my plane." And so he was escorted off the plane by security.
Oh my god. So much for your flight to... Oh my god.
Yeah, no, so that senator had to book another flight.
That is the perfect response, by the way. Pilot, get off my plane.
Yeah, Captain, get off my fucking plane.
So I did some research. Victor O, he is of Chinese descent, but he was born in Singapore before emigrating to Canada. He is 73 years old. He's part of the Conservative Canadian Party. And he had a conflict of interest investigation in 2017, where it was reported he accepted trips to China paid for by the Chinese government and pro-Beijing business groups. In February of 2020, the Senate's ethics watchdogs found that Victor O broke the conflict of interest and ethics codes by accepting and failing to disclose all expense-paid trips to China for himself and 2 other senators.
It might be him.
In June of 2020, he had to apologize before the Senate. He's also on the board of governors for Sheridan College, which is only interesting to me because that's the school that Technical Dave went to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Also, he's ugly.
He ain't exactly a handsome-looking man.
You saw the picture of Victor O? That guy's ugly.
Yeah.
Yo, this is a Victor O call-out podcast. You an ugly motherfucker.
You an ugly bitch.
Yeah, come and get us. We're making a lot of powerful enemies on this show, Kevin.
So many.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go find another Reddit post.
I mean, honestly, if that business was willing to like fucking bow to somebody who was that bad of an actor, then like it's a good thing that they got fired. Honestly, they didn't need to be there. They can find a better job elsewhere.
Okay. I have a tale from call center, but I kind of want to play the other guy, so I'm gonna wait for you to read that one. So I'm gonna pick a different one.
Okay. Well, send me the tale from call center real quick so that I can just open that up when it's my turn to go.
Sure.
Yeah, I think that's a better idea.
Sure.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
In the meantime, am I the asshole for having no sympathy for my child after she didn't listen?
All right, let's hear this one.
This is all going to come down to the context. Let's go.
Oh yeah.
My 10-year-old daughter wanted bangs for a very long time because a friend of hers recently had her hair.
10-year-old daughter. Okay, I heard that correctly. Thank you.
Yeah, that would be 10F. Make sure you format your
10F wants bangs for her haircut. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Her friend of hers recently had her hair cut and bangs cut and ended up being very cute. My daughter has beautiful hair. It's very long, but it's thin. I had my cousin, who's a hairdresser, who actually has an area of focus on kids' haircuts, consult, and she said that if we cut bangs into my daughter's hair, it would not look right due to how thin her hair is. Normally, I let my daughter have a say in the choices she makes regarding clothing and hair, but on this one, I put my foot down because I know it won't look good and she's going to wind up unhappy.
Yeah.
My cousin also uploaded a photo of my daughter to FaceApp and showed me what she would look like with bangs, and it just wasn't a good look. I know FaceApp isn't 100% accurate, but it was pretty close in this regard. The day before yesterday, my daughter told me she was going to take some time alone in our bathroom. It was only after she'd been in the bathroom for a while that I noticed the scissors I keep in the kitchen were missing. These were big meat scissors.
Oh no.
You know, for like cutting open a chicken or something. And then I heard her in the bathroom crying, so I made her open the door, and she was hunkered with her back to me sobbing, and I saw a huge hunk of hair in the sink. She had watched a TikTok compilation of people cutting their hair and tried to do bangs. It was not good results. The hair doesn't lay flat. She cut very unevenly, and she cut too short. Using your index finger, place the tip in the center part, go down to the first bend. That's about how short she cut. I really didn't know what to say, so I made sure she hadn't hurt herself with the scissors, but she didn't. I looked at her hair, realized I wasn't going to be able to even it up myself, and called my cousin, who came over and made the cut even, but it required cutting even shorter, and now her hair is just completely fucked up. My daughter is mortified and doesn't want to go into public now. She keeps begging me to fix it even though I've explained it to her. My cousin explained it can't be fixed. So I told her, this is what happens when you don't listen. You made this mistake yourself. You hid in the bathroom because you knew it was wrong. You have to live with the consequences and wait for it to grow out. My husband says I'm being very cold and unsympathetic, and our daughter is 10. She didn't know any better. She was just learning, and that's doing what kids do. I feel she knew exactly what she was doing, and it was wrong, hence her hiding from me. My husband said if I had just taken her to the salon and had her hair cut, she wouldn't have done it herself. My daughter hates the bangs, says my cousin was right, said it wouldn't look good, so if I had taken her to get it done, she'd be blaming me. We are at a stalemate. Am I the asshole?
Fucking kids. Oh my god. God. So, I'm of the opinion that if a kid really it's a body autonomy thing.
Sure.
And if a kid wants their hair to be cut like that, then even if you know that's probably not going to look good and they're not, you have the right to give them, the warning that it's probably not going to look right. And, which she did, or the parent did. Is this a mom or a dad? I can't tell.
I think it's a mom.
Okay, yeah, like the mom gave plenty of fair warning that you're not gonna like how it looks. It's not gonna turn out well, and I'm not gonna necessarily blame the parent here. I think the parent was making at the very least a good point that it's not gonna look good, and you're not gonna enjoy how it comes out. And yeah, if I will admit, if the parent did take their kid to the salon to get it done, would have just blamed the parent for letting them do this in the first place. Honestly, this feels more like a Tifu in terms of the daughter fucked up by trying to do it herself.
Yeah.
It's
not a Tifu, Kevin. It's an Aita, and that means you must pass judgment.
I'm gonna say that the kid was gonna do this one way or another. They were dead set on having their bangs cut a certain way.
What?
And I'm gonna say not the asshole on this one personally.
I'm gonna say no assholes here.
It just seemed like a fuck up.
It's just a thing that happened.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's any winning here.
Yeah, no.
I think she was going to be upset either way, but it's one of those experiences that she had to have.
Yeah, kids are stubborn, and they think they know better, and this is one of those moments where the kid has to recognize that they don't know better.
Yeah.
And they need to listen to authority sometimes. These
are valuable experiences, and it sucks. And I don't think anyone was wrong.
Oh yeah.
And I don't even think the child's wrong for wanting to experiment that way.
No.
I just think it's an experience she needed to have, even if it sucks for everyone.
Yeah, because there were only two outcomes here. Either she goes to the salon and gets it done and hates it, or she tries to do it herself and fucks up her hair. Those were the only two outcomes, and it's the second one that happened. So
no assholes here.
Yeah, it's a no assholes here situation. It's just a learning experience.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, shall we move on to Tales from Call Centers?
If Mike has nothing to say, then sure.
No, I got nothing to say. Kids need to learn their lessons when they do stupid shit like that, and at least they're learning them now and not trying to do this shit and then get on MTV.
Okay, so Zeke, there are 3 roles here. Which ones do you want to have?
I'm gonna do the total butt wad and the total tool bag, but I'm gonna do different voices.
Okay. Tales from Call Centers. I made them miss their church service. This is a brutal one. My first big boy job was at an insurance company. Won't say their name, but as a hit I'll say bum-ba-dum bum. Bum-ba-dum bum-bum-bum-bum.
That's a good hint. That's a good hint.
What?
Took me a second.
We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
I'll preface this by saying I'm a patient guy. Too patient. As in, I will spend hours explaining the most basic concepts to grown adults who refuse to believe me because it isn't what they want to hear. Many people believe if they are aggressive enough, they can manifest the impossible into existence. I'll also say that my job has a policy where you aren't allowed to hang up the phone without resolving the call unless you get a supervisor's permission, regardless of how awful they are. Here are some highlights from one of the most mind-blowing calls I've ever had. The characters are me, your faithful narrator, TB, TB,
Me, the total buttwad.
the caller, and
I've got to think of another voice.
And me, the total toolbag, husband of the total buttwad.
oh, they're gay.
Maybe. We'll
Okay.
think about it. Maybe I should do it. I don't know. Is it female? I don't know how to do a southern female. I'll try.
Okay. Immediately, me. Hi, thanks for calling Barnyard Insurance. My name is...
Barnyard Insurance.
Yeah, very close. Thanks for calling Barnyard Insurance. My name is Shinobi, and I'm happy to help you out today. What can I do for...
Is this name of agent on record? You owe me $500.
When people call their agents after hours, it goes to the corporate center where I work. I'm used to people thinking they're calling their agents and having to explain this to them. It was about 6 p.m. at this time, and most offices are 5 to 9.
No, 9 to 5.
Or, sorry, 9 to 5. Hey, so I am not your agent. You called after hours, which send you to our corporate center. But I can definitely see what I can do to help you out. What's going on?
This has got to be the worst excuse I've ever heard. Put him on now.
Oh boy, maybe I should level with them a bit. So, I actually am in a call center and have never met your agent before. Probably best you call them tomorrow during work hours since this seems to be personal. Want me to send them an email or leave them a message for you? I can share their number too if you need.
I already called the number. This is the number I call. Give me the $500 you owe me, or we'll sue your fucking ass till you can't even afford a box to sleep in.
Oh!
For brevity's sake, I'll skip around. After 15 minutes of convincing her I am not her agent in disguise, she finally gets to why she called.
He told me he could save us $500 on our auto insurance when we met him this morning, but we just got a bill in the mail. It didn't change at all.
I see, and I totally get being alarmed by that. To explain what I think happened, it seems as though he probably gave you an estimate after quoting some policy changes but didn't push them through. Her account had no changes in the last month.
So you're robbing us of $500. You gotta do better than that, or you're gonna be sorry.
Once again, since I was not involved in the situation at all, I really think it's best that you call him in the morning. I can almost guarantee that he just quoted you an estimate and can push it through. I'd hesitate to make any changes since I'm not sure exactly what he offered, or if I can do it myself.
You're a fucking liar, and I can prove it.
I'm sorry?
I'm holding the bill in my hands. What is your excuse now?
Ah, I get it. So, our bills are sent out about 2 weeks before your next due date to give you time to prepare for the payment. So if he quoted you this change this morning, then it won't be reflected on the bill which was sent out 2 weeks before you even spoke to him about these changes.
Okay, but explain why our bill says we still owe the old amount. You are a liar.
This goes on and on, back and forth for about 15 minutes, seriously. At this point, she starts crying and says I need to talk to her husband because she can't handle me anymore. Enter total toolbag.
What the fuck did you say to my wife? You asking to get fucking sued? She is bawling.
Me, trying to revel in the humor of the situation even though I'm about to lose my marbles.
No, she bawling. She with a W.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Hello, sir. Recaps the situation and my response to it, hoping he might be a bit of a better listener. Nope.
So what you're saying is you're okay with robbing us $500 after promising us we could save it. You know, I know a great lawyer, right? What's your first and last name?
We don't give out our last names or personal information, sir. It's a safety precaution. This is true because of people like them.
So let's say I drive down to agent's office and demanded to see Shinobi. What then?
Me, internally. Holy shit. By this point, my coworkers in the cubicles next to me are sharing concerned looks and chuckles as I'm running my hands through my hair. My supervisor chats me asking why the call is taking so long, and I explain I am talking to 2 brick walls, but I could handle it. Luckily, he is awesome guy. He is an awesome and understanding guy and basically told me, I'm here if you need me. Take your time. Godspeed. Cut to another 15-20 minutes of explaining the same things over and over to him, and TTB drops this absolute gem.
I can prove you wrong right now. I'm holding the policy in front of me right now, and it says here, the savings are almost $500 per period, right here in black and white. The only problem I have is that it says estimate right next to the policy name.
Stunned silence.
No response to that, huh?
Me, internally, again. Holy shit. Eventually, I convinced them to let me call their agent tomorrow morning and figure it out. I am 100% positive my very first answer was correct. Before hanging up, I hear total bitch hysterically banshee shrieking. Sorry, total buttwad hysterically banshee shrieking through tears, telling TTB to tell me that because of me, they missed their church service.
Just so you know, we wasted so much time talking to you, we missed our church services.
Me skipping over the fact that if they had listened to me and not thrown tantrums, it would have been a 3-minute call. I am very sorry about that. I promise I will do everything in my power to figure this out for you and take no more of your time. I leave a voicemail and email to their poor agent and explain everything just to cover my bases. I tell him I'll call him too, so if I already talked to him, he can disregard the messages. The next day, I immediately give him a call upon logging in. He answers with a friendly voice, and I tell him the situation. As soon as I tell him the names of the clients, I hear him mutter Jesus fucking Christ under his breath.
Those fucking dickwads!
These people have a reputation, apparently. He says he will call them later that day. I give him my email in case he needs my help, and tell him good luck and Godspeed, as my supervisor did to me. It was exactly as I had guessed. He sent them a quote that they took as legally binding. They didn't even agree to it, just saw it and liked what they saw. I called them back as a courtesy and TTB answers. Hello, Total Tool Bag. It's Shinobi from yesterday, calling back like I promised. Here's the deal. I explained to them already. I explained everything I already told him yesterday, but tell him I got a hold of his agent and his agent will call him.
Okay.
And for the record, I'm sorry you missed your service yesterday. I hope you and your wife have a good day today.
Okay.
Click. No gratitude, no apologies, just click. Immediately, I receive another call and have to compose myself. They may have missed their service, but damn if I didn't give them an entire sermon on turning the other cheek. Top comment. Missed your church service? Oh, I'm so sorry. After the way you've spoken to me today, it sounds like you really needed it.
Well, I never.
Oh my god. Stories like this are so fucking... How can people just be so up their own ass, God?
I think one of my favorite stories from when I was working in fast food was I had a guy come in, and I think I've told the story before.
Oh, is it the story about the burger?
Yeah, it's the burger.
Yes!
So he came back in and was complaining about a burger having an extra pickle on it when he asked for extra pickles. And so I said, oh, so we gave you extra. That must feel pretty special. And he was like, yeah, you guys got fucking retards working back there? And after that, I looked at him and I said, I don't know, you should try to apply. You'd fit right in.
I mean, he was clearly not being a good customer to start with, so you had no obligation to be kind to him, kind or courteous, so... Yeah. Another comment. Wait, so they spoke to the agent that morning, received a bill later that day, and wondered why it didn't reflect the meetings that morning? Fuck, I'm getting flashbacks, lol. I've paid my bill yesterday morning. I just got a letter telling me to pay it. This is ridiculous. What's the date on the letter? A week ago. And you paid yesterday? Yes. So it's obviously sent way before you paid us. Just ignore the letter, mate. So I can ignore it then? God.
Goodness fucking gracious.
Yeah, I quit a call center after a week, and I wasn't even like fucking doing shit like this. I was just selling people I was literally opting in for free coupons, and I still had to deal with shit like this.
How do you manage to fuck up? Oh my god.
Apparently, a lot of people are very angry and don't know that phone numbers are public information.
I am so sorry you had to deal with people like this.
Literally, like my fucking like third day working there
Yeah.
on like a Saturday or whatever. Like the first call I got was some jackass, and I literally just turned off the console and fucking put my headphones down, got up, and just walked over to the supervisor like, I'd like to quit, like now.
It's like,
And I
this
did.
is too much for me.
I did, and I just fucking went home.
Like, what was your supervisor's reaction?
They're used to high turnover, so they're just like, okay, here's the
Okay.
form.
Okay, that's fair.
Here's the form. Come get your paycheck in a week.
Can I just quit today? And he's like, saw this coming.
No,
Here
I
you
didn't
go.
ask. I didn't ask. I just said I'm leaving.
He's just like, okay, come back next week for your paycheck and you're done. Bye.
I was not gonna make it there anyway. They had ridiculously high standards
Yeah. Yeah, welcome to call centers.
for a completely luck-based job, I might add.
Right, right.
Am I the asshole for refusing to pay for her hotel room?
Who's her?
What's the hotel?
All right, let's hear the context. Let's go.
I rent out the spare bedroom in my house for $800 a month, market rate in my area. I don't know my roommate very well, but we work for the same company. I work early mornings and she works late evenings. We're often ships passing in the night. On Friday, my hot water heater broke. The home warranty guys said they wouldn't get anyone out until Monday morning. It's hot as balls right now, so I wasn't too upset. A few cold showers won't kill anyone. I text my tenant, hot water is out till Monday, and she responded, thumbs up! I didn't see her all weekend, which is normal, as I said. The guy got here at 8 a.m. to fix the heater. When he was done, I texted her to let her know the hot water was back on. She hits me with this gem. My hotel bill was $250. Do you want to reimburse me now or deduct it from next month's rent? I stared at the text for a good while. I didn't even know she was gone. She got a hotel room just for hot water? That is so extra. She could have just showered at work, but she got a hotel room? I texted, hey, I didn't even know you left. Rent is still due in full on the first of the month, regardless on if you chose to sleep elsewhere for a weekend. She texted me back, there was no water. I couldn't stay there. You are my landlord and have to provide me with livable accommodations. I texted back, there was water. It just wasn't hot. If it was winter, you might have a point. Rent is still due in full. Failure to pay rent will result in me filing with the court, which will impact your credit. She stopped responding. I texted a friend who said I was way too harsh and should have just countered with a $50 discount for those 2 days or something, which sure. If she had asked her a $50 reduction or something, that might have been reasonable. But I'm not paying for her hotel, and the audacity of her to even ask me pisses me off. But I know about talking to filing a 30 days was a bit dramatic. Was I the asshole?
See, the problem here is I have shit against landlords, but...
Don't we all? Don't we all? I'll just read top comment if you don't have an opinion.
Go ahead.
Top comment. Not having hot water is what's called a habitability violation. In my state, the landlord would owe the tenant a discount in the form of a prorated rent. In your case, it would come to about $26.76 per day. The water heater was out of commission, assuming about a 30-day month. Everyone sucks here. You need to learn your responsibilities as a landlord. She needs to talk to you before expecting reimbursement for a hotel. And you both need to learn how to communicate.
Yeah, what is it with fucking full-grown adults working, like, day-to-day jobs, having the worst fucking communication skills known to man?
I don't know.
Communication is not something that's often taught. And
Yeah.
but you know, they're the first to get offended when they're not fully informed about it.
Right, right. It's
It's
just...
like you gotta give information to get information.
It's just... I see this so often. I see this so fucking often. Yeah, I'll agree with that. Everybody sucks here. And
That's what it is.
it really is just down to nobody talking to each other the way that they should, and the landlord not really following proper protocol as a landlord in terms of the fact that the water heating system was off. So yeah, everyone sucks here.
Yeah.
All y'all fucking suck.
Did give us the gem. There was water. It just wasn't hot. So I can thank them for that.
Yeah, I also do find it abysmally stupid that the tenant paid out of their own pocket a fucking hotel for $250
Well,
and being
they
like,
thought they were getting reimbursed, which is a bad assumption to make of a landlord, by the way.
it really is. And again, the landlord. Oh my god. Yeah.
Like, yeah, everyone sucks here, but the tenant was fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that was a decision entirely of the tenant's own doing that the landlord had no idea about, and basically just blindsided the landlord there.
Yeah. I mean, like, it was honestly kind of a dickish thing to do in general.
Yeah.
Like, he might be obligated to some reimbursement, but like, not like that, and not without his knowledge.
Yeah.
So yeah, everyone sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, everybody sucks, especially the landlord.
Landlords just suck in general. They suck by default. So honestly, he was paddling up the wrong creek in this regard.
True.
Read this one.
All right. Am I the asshole for firing an employee for stealing leftovers? Oh boy. Here we go. My 27F husband of 3 years as father.
Oh my god, this might be the first one we've seen that's properly formatted.
Is an entrepreneur who, among his businesses in numerous industries, has several sandwich shops spread throughout 2 states. Last year, my husband and his dad opened a new location, and he and I were put in charge of being the ultimate decision makers regarding day-to-day operations of that location. My husband is the one with an MBA, but he has his own hands full managing properties that his dad owns, so I've been the one who pays the most attention to details. While I trust the manager we hired, I sometimes go through the security camera footage of the store for extra assurance purposes. My husband never has the time to do so, but I can easily do so. Our shop is not open on Sundays, so inventory that we have to be thrown out because it cannot be served on Monday. The other day I realized that on one Saturday night, an employee who regularly closed was throwing out meats, but would shove bread into a bag and presumably take it home. Another employee saw this happen and never reported it. I ended up confronting the other employee first, who had been here longer. She admitted it was true, but that she thought because it was peanuts compared to the bread and meats being thrown out, that this was somebody just trying to feed themselves. I confronted the employee who did it, and she said she was sorry, but she was a single mom and that she thought it was going into trash anyway. She also said that she wasn't making enough to not qualify for food stamps, but that it was still not enough with a growing child and she often had to skip meals. I left that meeting angry that the employee didn't seem to understand that she was essentially stealing. Oh god. I called the manager and said that he should have made it clear that stealing was unacceptable and to fire her. He seemed dismayed and said that we should have given her a warning and give her a chance to not do it again, but I was honestly done with it because we pay well for what she does and she cannot say her issues entitle her to get away with this. Am I the asshole?
I don't think they pay well.
I don't think they pay well.
No, I agree.
The most awarded top comment, lol, this is rage bait. You'd rather throw away food than feed someone? You're a giant crust-covered asshole. YTA! Right, we pay well, yet their employees qualify for food stamps. So fake! No, she said she paid well for the job that she does. That's different than pay well. Yeah. When I was in high school, I had a job that paid $2.25 more than the minimum wage compared to what other people were making doing the same thing. If I was being paid well for what I did, but I was not being paid well.
This is how I know I have a good boss, because they do not give a shit if I eat the leftover bread.
Yeah, no, that's another thing. Like, it's trash. It's being thrown out. Why do you give a fuck?
Yeah, any food that makes it all the way to the dish pit is free for me to take.
Yeah, like, this is such a fucking asshole move. I hate business owners like this. I hate them with a burning passion.
I'm gonna downvote this post.
Man, fuck this
Lol.
person.
Yeah, no, absolutely, you're the asshole. So when I used to work at McDonald's, it was actually against policy for us to give out food that was,
Of course.
not safe, or not. It wasn't not safe, obviously, but like not used. It had to go into a waste bucket, which was basically a separate trash can. It had to be counted. But I never did that. If it was a completed sandwich and we didn't need it, like we made an extra one, or like a person canceled the order, I would just keep it in the warmer and then be like, "All right, it's break time. Who wants a sandwich?" And then I would just make sure to pencil it in.
Yeah.
I had a little notebook I kept with me, and I was like, all right, I just add up what we... throwing out, and then I would throw it out into my kitchen's gullet.
Hey, I mean,
Yeah.
that works.
Because those boys back there are sweating for 8 hours a day, usually with no break. I'm gonna sit here and be a stingy asshole with the food that we're throwing out anyway.
I had a great experience at a Pizza Hut once because somebody apparently just did not pick up their order, and so the guy at the counter was like, "Hey, you want this pizza?" It's been like 3 hours and they have not picked it up. And I got a free pizza.
Hey, fucking nice.
It was nice.
I got free coffee at a Starbucks one time because someone ordered their drink and didn't come back.
See, if somebody offered me free coffee, that'd be an insult to me.
Ha! Well, it was a pumpkin spice latte, so.
Ooh, how white woman of you.
Hey, it tasted good.
Yeah. How does that vagina feel, Kevin?
I was gonna say, I was just fucking. Do you need a cleansing wipe?
Stop
Fuck's
it!
sake.
Do you want to talk about your special time?
Stop. Anyway, god damn it. All y'all motherfuckers, I swear to God.
It must be his time of the month, right, Sarah?
Yeah, I was gonna say, he's getting pretty irritable right now. So he's time of month.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! But yeah, no,
You read that one, so it's my turn, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Fuck this person, they're a terrible manager. Sheridan, you were a good manager.
I know I was a good manager. That's why they fired me.
Oh.
This is America.
Yeah, what's good leadership? I don't know.
Anyway, am I the asshole for getting an entire table for myself after my husband and his mom didn't save me a seat?
This sounds like petty revenge, but okay.
I'll start this off by saying that I, F32, have been with my husband Bob, M39, for 3 years, married for 1. His mom has a habit of keeping me out of most of their functions with the excuse of, "You work too much." Not true,
Ugh.
because sometimes I do make myself available, yet find myself excluded. Last week, his mom invited us for a celebratory dinner at the restaurant after she completed her recovery. I had to with that day, but Ket, her, and everyone know that I'd be there at...
Because to am whatever that 4chan post is.
Yeah. Let her and everyone else know I'd be there at 8 p.m. Bob obviously knew I was coming. The thing is, when I arrived to the restaurant, I saw that the table was full. All chairs had been taken, and I just stood there with complete puzzlement while Bob and his mom just stared at me. His mom then told me there was no place left for me, and I could either have Bob get up and take his seat or go home. I was so upset, but instead of going home, I just went and took an entire table for me. Bob and his mom watched with their eyes popping out of their heads like they saw something so shocking. Not gonna lie, I did get weird looks from the guests, but so did Bob and his mom. It was awkward, in all honesty. I had my dinner, my dessert, and I went home. I saw Bob and his mom staring grudgingly while I was making my way out. I got home an hour later and yelled at, saying I embarrassed his mom in front of her guests. I yelled, asking what the fuck was I supposed to do after I got denied a seat, and he told me that it wasn't his or his mom's fault guests arrived before me and took all the available chairs. I told him he could have saved me a chair. He said I could have just left instead and reminded me that I was a guest and I shouldn't expect this level of entitlement to be accepted. He then went on about how I ruined the entire dinner for him and his mom with what I did and have been pouting about it for days now. I don't get it. I really don't. Was my expectation really that entitled? I mean, as his wife, he probably should have saved me a seat, but I'm clearly missing something here.
So the mom got let me get this straight. The mom, we'll say, invited 7 people
Sure.
and got a 6-person table.
Sure.
You're not the asshole.
No.
Yeah, no, you're not the asshole.
There was just simply a problem, and you solved it, and somebody tried to call you out for being an asshole for it? Yeah, fuck that shit.
Yeah, how dare you make a big deal about my mom being a passive-aggressive bitch towards you? How dare you? Yeah,
Now-
no, OP's not the asshole here.
Not the asshole. This person is offering solutions, Kevin.
Oh.
4 solutions!
For 4 reasons! Yeah, baby!
We haven't had one of those in a while. It's like... Number 1, they could have booked a table with the appropriate amount of seating.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, they could have pulled up a chair or budged if a random extra guest turned up.
Yep.
3, they could have split the table in 2. Or get 2 tables, basically.
Yeah.
before. They could have texted you before you got there and said there is an issue with the table. Why are you married to someone who literally sit there staring at you instead of do anything to help and then blame the situation on you?
Yeah, that's a fucking massive dick move on your husband's part. Like, holy shit, dude.
Now, I'm not going to be one of those Redditors that immediately screams for divorce, but what I will say is, do you want to live with this?
Yeah, because if he's willing to do something this petty, then, like, I don't know, man.
Maybe I'm just not stupid. And I'm only vaguely implying OP is stupid, but how do you even get to the marriage step with people like this?
Assholes like to hide the fact that they're assholes for a very long time just to get on your good side.
This is why you always wait a decent amount of time before tying the knot with somebody who's a piece of shit.
This is true. I did look that they were only dating for 3 years. They were only dating for 2 years before they got married. Which is not a ton of time. So, yeah. Even so, I feel like, I don't know if I've ever met an asshole who was that good at hiding it. Anyway. Not the asshole.
Yeah, definitely not. No.
Yeah.
There were like a million different things that the husband or his mom could have done to solve the situation, and they did nothing. This was a deliberate ploy on their part. They knew that OP would be late, and they deliberately, like, took advantage of that.
Yeah. Let's see here.
All y'all motherfuckers need to learn how to goddamn communicate. I swear to God. Y'all are grown-ass fucking adults acting like fucking 6-year-olds on a playground. I swear.
Yeah.
Y'all making my southern drawl come out. Goddamn. The Floridian in me is pissed.
Let's be honest. We're still in awe of Daniel Craig, honestly. It's so good.
In awe of this man. God. I love that fucking post where it's like, the sequel to Knives Out should just all of the sequels to Knives Out should just have Daniel Craig doing different silly accents for every single movie, and Rian Johnson replies, "Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. I've thought of this." You just sent the same one again.
Ah, my copy paste so busted.
Yeah, don't we know it? It's the common trend.
Yep.
Oh no! Oh no!
The Lion, the Witch, and the audacity of this bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of audacity, am I the asshole for reading my coworker's fan fiction in front of everyone at work?
Automatically, yes.
Oh no!
All right, next story,
Okay.
please. Automatically, yes.
No, Kevin. They start with the most iconic line.
I guess the title sounds bad, but please hear me out. Oh no! If you have to preface it that hard.
OP, I want you to realize that the Venn diagram of people who start their posts that way and the Venn diagram in the circle of people who are assholes is a circle.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Maybe this one will break the mold. Let's get into it.
No,
Yeah,
only
let's go.
shooting stars break the mold.
Do you pretend the fuck up.
Night, Kevin, sweet reference. Air 5.
Also, I'm gonna you'll summon death if you keep making Shrek references. I like how I said Shrek references and not Smash Mouth references. Because let's be honest here,
We know.
Shrek is more iconic than Smash Mouth would ever be.
I like to call them Shrek. I thought I could combine the words, but I can't. Shrek references. No, I can't. I can't do it.
Shrekferences.
It wasn't as smooth as I thought it was going to be.
I, 27M, am a general manager at a fast food restaurant. Not gonna say which because I don't want to get in trouble.
Oh, you told this to normies? If you had worked at like a manga cafe, that's one thing. But like, you told this shit to normies? Automatically the asshole. Automatically the biggest fucking. You're a piece of shit. Kill yourself. Kill yourself now and do it with honor. Jesus Christ.
I didn't even get a,
committed great dishonor.
I haven't even gotten a full line in yet, and we already have a verdict.
Go ahead. Go
Oh,
ahead. I was just saying, if this was like at a manga cafe, or like maybe a pet store where everybody there's like a little nerdy or whatever, or like a computer store where everybody's in geek culture, I could get it. I could get
Yeah.
it. Right? All right. But a fucking fast food restaurant. Whee! Anyway, continue. Oh my god!
I 27M am a God damn it. I 27M am a general manager at a fast food restaurant. Not gonna say which because I don't want to get in trouble. With my assistant manager, Sophie 23F. Me and Sophie get along pretty well. We joke, fight about random stuff all the time and like to prank each other a lot. Like prank calls, or making the other do fake orders, or writing fake surveys about the other, or splashing soda on the other. We end up working together a lot since we get a bunch of call-outs, especially at night, and Sophie likes to pick up extra hours. We've both climbed up in the couple of years that we've worked there and have a good relationship. When it's dead, Sophie likes to read fanfiction on her phone. Sorry, likes to write fanfiction on her phone.
Oh, she writes on her phone?
Which I sometimes tease her about. A while back, I made Sophie read me a line that she was writing and we were making jokes about it. Last week, I suddenly remembered the fanfiction again and decided to try and find it. I remembered the line she had read to me and was able to search for it online using quotation marks. I'm not going to say which show it's from because I don't want anyone to find it, but it was shocking to read. Pretty much the two characters in it worked at a fast food chain and ended up falling in love. It got pretty graphic at some parts too. The main character was essentially a representation of Sophie and the love interest was basically me. I mean, right down to the copying conversations that we've had at work. He even had a wife that he was cheating on to be with her. I'm married but would never do such a thing. Anyway, a few nights ago, Sophie and the rest of the team threw a party to celebrate a couple of wins, and of course Sophie pranked me by shoving a cupcake in my face. So I remembered what I read. I thought it would be a good prank.
That's called flirting. Anyway, continue.
I thought it would be a good prank, so I pulled up the fanfiction on my phone and started to read it. When she realized what I was reading, Sophie's eyes started to tear up, which I was not expecting. The rest of the team was joking around with her, but she ran out of the party. Now she's not showing up to her shifts or answering my calls or texts. It's weird that Sophie's acting like this since she usually loves pranks and stuff, so now I'm wondering if I took it too far. But I also feel like she shouldn't have been writing those things about me and her too. Am I the asshole? Okay, here's the thing. Yes, she probably shouldn't have been doing this, but you publicly humiliated her in response, which is not okay.
I'm gonna read top.
So I have a story to share from a convention related to this. So one of my very first conventions, I was going with a female who I was romantically interested in.
Yeah.
And she and I had decided to go with a bunch of friends. We were all in the same room, and I brought my friend, who I'll call Marcus for now. Kevin, you actually know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He'll tell you the story anytime because he finds it hilarious still. So do I, but it didn't feel that way at the time. So at this convention, there was a doujinshi booth, and at the time I was very enamored with the series Ori-Imo, and so I bought an Ori-Imo doujinshi.
Oh,
And,
I know one.
Yeah. So, well, I've got several now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of stopped collecting doujinshi. I don't do anything with them. Like they kind of sit in a box in the corner and don't really do anything.
Yeah.
But anyway, I bought a doujinshi just to say I could have one, and I bought one, and I left to go downstairs to grab some snacks, and all the girls were coming back from we had a collective shared room. All the girls were coming back from their panel or whatever, and I come upstairs and I walk back into the room, and I am just sitting there like, and everybody's kind of staring at me, and Marcus is like, so go to the you should go check the bathroom, she's ready for you. And I'm sitting here like, what are you talking about? And this motherfucker had my doujin open on the top of the toilet, propped open with candles that were lit.
Oh my god, what?
Yeah. And I was extremely embarrassed. And now, mind you, I wouldn't have cared as much if one of the females in this group I was trying to make a good impression on.
Yeah.
And not necessarily a great impression when one of the first things she knows about you is you're into little sister doujinshi. So I was mortified and incredibly
like-
embarrassed. And
That's like
Marcus
date.
and I
That's like
did
date 3 at least.
Yeah, and Marcus and I did not get along on good terms for a little while after that.
Yeah.
And everybody thought it was hilarious. Don't get me wrong; she didn't think anything of it, and everybody thought it was
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
hilarious.
You've told me the story before, so I know who you're talking about. But yeah.
Right. So, but Marcus kind of did me dirty there, and so I did not appreciate it at the time. So even if she comes back to find it funny later, it's still not cool to do that shit, guys.
Yeah. So top
Don't-
comment.
Don't air out people's dirty laundry in front of people.
Yeah, top comment makes a great point. So here's an interesting question for you, OP. What's the prank? What's the joke? What are everyone supposed to laugh at? Oh, that's right. They're meant to laugh that Sophie is bad at doing something she works hard at. Let's all laugh at Sophie. Not at something funny she did, not because of something you did to her, just at her efforts and passions. That's not a joke. That was bullying. You're the asshole. And also delusional. If you seriously think that a setting and rehashing real conversations means she's using a character as a proxy for you, as opposed to just using what she knows as part of her writing. Also, Sophie isn't a coworker, she's a subordinate. Big YTA.
Now, the thread eventually devolves into absolute chaos because apparently people are really weirded out by like this quasi-flirtation going on here.
Yeah.
And some people are just really fucking... Holy fucking... Like, people are getting really mad at a 4-year age gap, and I'm just... My mind's going insane here.
Fucking hell.
I'm going insane
People
here.
are being... Oh my god. Fucking Reddit.
Like, okay, so like, yeah, you're the asshole, OP, but Reddit is going so fucking crazy in the comments that I'm starting to think Reddit's the asshole here. I kind of feel bad for him because Reddit is like just... They're getting to a point where they're just making shit up he didn't even say.
Yeah. At the point you start to get into just flat out conjecture, it's like, okay, we're done here.
Yeah. OP, you're an asshole, but you're not as big an asshole as Reddit thinks you are.
Yeah, like Reddit's
Okay,
like
so-
Reddit's trying to like fucking psychologically deconstruct you using like
Reddit
fucking
seems to
moon
think
math.
you have a quote inappropriate sexual fantasy going on with your coworker and your imagined cheating on your wife, whatever the fuck that means.
I have no idea.
So if Reddit has on the asshole scale, if Reddit comments have you at like an 8 out of 10, I've got you at like a 3 or 4.
5 at worst.
Like it's a blunder, but I can see how you thought it was a prank in the heat of the moment.
Yeah, you fell for one of the classic blunders.
Yeah, I'd give you like a 4 on the asshole scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reddit's going insane.
Pretty bad.
Yeah. All right. Am I the asshole for having high expectations for my bachelorette party?
Oh no.
Finally, I get to break out the voice. Throwaway and mobile account. I like how the username is throwaway back. Throwaway back. I, 25F, am getting married to my wonderful fiance, 31M, this fall. A week ago, I had a bachelorette party. While most girls dream of their weddings, I dreamt about my bachelorette weekend. I put a lot of planning into this weekend, made a lot of phone calls, reservations, everything basically. For Thursday night to Sunday morning, me and 25 of my closest girlfriends rented a house. From the start, it was a disaster, actually. I had told my girls to get the house ready early on Thursday so they could decorate and set up before I got there. Well, I got to the house at 3, and they weren't done decorating, so that bummed me out because I wanted that wow moment when I first came in and saw the setup. I felt robbed. We still had a decent first night. Friday, I woke up to everyone at 7 a.m. to make breakfast and get ready because we had a packed day. We're talking vineyards, boat, lunch, happy hour drinks, dinner, and the clubs.
The clubs.
I was getting all shaded all afternoon because people said they were being rushed from place to place and had to carry changes of clothes all day, and we only had limited time in this city, so I want to make the most of it. Saturday was worse. We had brunch at 9 a.m. No one was awake in time. It only ended up being me and a few loyal bridesmaids. We went shopping after for a few hours. When we got back to the house, no one even seemed apologetic, even though I was close to tears all day. The last straw for me was later that night. We were going to dinner. Nobody was wearing matching shirts we got for the weekend. People wanted to wear their own stuff, but not what we agreed on. Even though my what the fuck is an MOH?
Zeke, you're killing me right now.
What the fuck is an MOH? My MOH. Maid of honor. My maid of honor notified everyone. Reddit's just making up all the acronyms.
They are.
Reddit. Ever since we started Reddit Dive, we have discovered so many acronyms that are apparently common that I never knew existed.
Yeah.
Even though my maid of honor notified everyone. At that point, I said, fuck it, this weekend was ruined, and I locked myself in my room to cry. It was even worse when I came out a few hours later, and half the girls had gone out without me anyway. Without me! AKA, the actual bride! I ended up driving home early on Sunday and left the house a mess for the girls to pick up because I was so upset. It's been almost a week. No one's texted me except some bridesmaids and my maid of honor. I know I sound all bridezilla-ish, but these are supposed to be my friends, and we were supposed to celebrate me all weekend. I felt neglected. I'm just really upset. I understand these expectations may seem like a lot, but I made my expectations clear to the group, and they just let me down so bad. Please tell me, am I the asshole?
I don't think you're the asshole for being disappointed. I don't think being disappointed is a valid reason to call someone an asshole. But at the same time, your expectations are, what they are, and you should always be prepared for them to be broken.
But you don't understand. It was my day. It was my weekend. It was all about me.
Is that an inappropriate thing to think about during your fucking bridesmaid party?
Yeah.
Like, that's like going to your own birthday and then nobody talks to you. Like, oh man, am I the asshole for thinking that sucked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, no. That's your day. If nobody paid attention to you, that would suck.
Top comment. You're the asshole for all the control and running off crying. No, you can't control 25 other women. Your expectations were too high. Also, who has 25 close friends? This seems like some craziness.
Yeah.
Yeah, who has enough time to really dedicate themselves to 25 people? I mean, I spent all my time dedicating myself to one.
That's a good point.
Also, somebody makes the excellent point. Brunch at 9 a.m.? That's just breakfast. 9 a.m. not brunch.
It is if you wake up at 4 a.m.
Oh boy, 3 a.m.
Okay, so as someone with an unusual sleep schedule, I don't even call them by name anymore. It's just first meal and second meal.
First breakfast and second breakfast.
But what about second breakfast?
I don't think I know what's second breakfast, Pip. What about 11sies?
See, I understand these Lord of the Rings jokes. These are the ones that I get.
One day you'll understand all Lord of the Rings jokes.
Have you not seen Lord of the Rings, Kevin?
Oh
He has
god,
not!
here we go.
What the fuck? Oh no! Oh no!
I had this exact reaction.
No! No! No!
I had this exact reaction 8 years ago.
No! 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 No!
It's a great
No! 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 No!
Zeke, I don't think you even had this.
Unforgivable!
I don't think you even had this bad of a reaction, Zeke.
You don't get to
Christ!
see Ruby. You don't get to see everything else oh my God, until we fix at least one of these movies.
No.
You fucking understand me, you little bitch? You little bitch! How fucking dare you? You uncultured swine! Unfit to lick the shit from my boots!
My face hurts.
How dare you?
Oh, this is a good episode.
I need a downvote button so I can fucking down like every single thing he's ever posted.
What was that post even about? I forgot.
The bachelorette party.
Oh, right.
The bachelorette party.
I don't
Yeah.
fucking know.
You're kind. Yeah. Okay. You're kind of an asshole. Sure. Fine.
Okay, sure.
You're kind of an asshole. Anyway, but still, I mean, I don't think the I think the expectations being too high and you expecting that everything goes perfectly what makes you a minute asshole. But I'd say like a 1 out of 10 on the scale.
Yeah.
Like-
I mean, I would say if that
You
was
didn't actively try to control anyone. You just got way too upset and you abandoned your friends.
yeah.
Like, I get the upsetness, but you didn't do anything to fuck everything up. You just kind of was like, I am not feeling good, and kind of got up in your feelings. So,
Yeah.
you're petty and you're weak. No
Yeah.
offense. But I wouldn't call you the biggest asshole. So, like a 1 or a 2 on the scale of 10.
Yeah.
Or maybe on the scale of 5.
Yeah. I would say.
Kevin
Yeah.
over here, though,
Oh my
is
god.
is a 15 out of 10 asshole for never seeing Lord of the fucking Rings.
Oh my god. Can we stop?
No! No!
Zeke,
Unacceptable!
why have you done this to me?
So guess what we're doing tonight? There will be no Ruby or no SAO until we watch at least the first one.
God, kill me.
I didn't do shit, Kevin. You're the one who started this by not watching peak
You have
cinema.
had how many years to watch these since they debuted in 1998 or 9?
It's 2001, but sure.
Or whatever. You have had how many years to watch them?
Kevin.
You know, you keep some of them on the back burner that long and it's gonna set your fucking house on fire. And call me the fucking fire. Call me the fucking fire marshal.
Who
Anyway.
read that one? I read that one. Okay. I read
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one.
you read that one. God.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
read
Next
that
post.
Yeah, send me another one so I can stop Saradin's rampage.
Yep.
Page not. Wait, what the fuck? Hold on.
Oh, sorry. I accidentally added another. slash.
Okay. There we go. That's better. Okay. Am I the asshole for not wanting a med student to watch my doctor perform a rectoscope on me? I don't live in the US.
Right.
Long story short, my doctor told me, 29M, that she will perform a rectoscope to see if I really have hemorrhoids or something else. It was already embarrassing to discuss my medical issues in front of a bunch of medical students, and ask questions too, but I didn't mind it so much until the next part. She got me into the exam room, and with her, there was a student, medical training with her. My doctor told me to get into position, get my pants off, and literally show her my asshole to insert the thing, and I was like, in front of her? And she said, yes? It threw me off because I never expected this to happen. I told her that I'm not going to do this until she gets out of the room. The student told me that she's just here to observe and ask questions so that she learns. I told her that it's cute, but I'm not going to do it in front of her, so she needs to get out. I got into a small fight with the doctor and the student, both insisting that it's okay for her to be there and try to convince me, but eventually the doctor gave up and agreed to what I said. After finishing my visit, that student confronted me and made me know that she didn't like the way I spoke to her and that there is no shame in medicine as she's only there for learning. I told her often that I don't want to see her to see me naked. She called me an asshole and left. Am I the asshole?
Sorry, I wasn't listening. I'm looking up what sites I can watch Lord of the Rings extended editions on.
HBO Max
Max
exists.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Oh,
right. Well, guess what we're fucking doing. Anyway.
Oh my God. What have you-
No. So, like,
No, Kevin, you got to read the edit. Top comment points out the edit. You got to read the
Yeah,
edit.
go
okay.
ahead, go ahead.
Edit. I want to say that I went to a medical hospital, not a normal hospital. This might
No,
be relevant.
You skipped the most important word.
Oh, edit. I want to say that I went to a medical school hospital, not a normal hospital. This might be relevant.
It might be relevant.
It might be relevant. I'm finding it hard to believe anywhere that there is a doctor wouldn't ask and that any medical staff wouldn't take obvious patient discomfort into a factor. And to insult you in the hall for discomfort, that sounds so over the top. I'm so sorry that you found it unbelievable, but unfortunately I can assure you that it did happen to me yesterday, and it was unbelievable to me too. I thought I was the asshole because maybe I prevented her a chance to learn, maybe, I don't know. Top comment says, You're the asshole because of your edit. You admit that you went to this hospital knowing that it is a teaching hospital, medical school hospital. The students can't learn if they don't observe. And med students should also learn about... okay, whatever. Someone else is like, they should learn about consent and privacy. It's a medical school hospital!
You are there to be observed.
That is the entire point.
All you have to do to learn about consent and privacy is be told, if they say they don't want somebody else in the room, you respect that. It doesn't take a real life scenario to teach that.
Yeah.
So that's a null and void. In my opinion, that is a null and void point.
I guess.
But it's like they went to a medical school hospital.
Yeah, you guys went to a McDonald's and asked for a Whopper. I'm sorry, but
yeah,
you went to the wrong place, man.
Yeah, so like you should have known what you were getting into when you went there, and I'm sorry, man, but you went to a medical school hospital and expected them not to teach medic students how to medic.
Yeah, I also think you're being a petty bitch. It's not like this was like some super invasive surgery or whatever. They're just checking for hemorrhoids.
They're just looking at your ass, dude. Calm down.
Like, that's really... Look, buddy, we're about the same age, OP. I'm a little younger, but a year younger. Get used to this. There's going to be more medicine in your future. Believe me. You're going to want to get used to people like watching you naked, because that's what a lot of medical procedures are.
Yeah.
So I'd recommend you become an adult.
Interestingly, though, OP has gone a completely separate direction here. Thank you so much for the kind words. I know that this post is tagged as asshole, but it seems that most comments are saying NTA, so don't worry. I know that now. I'm also going to tell you that I only went to the hospital because my doctor works there now and told me to go there for a checkup every Thursday. I also live in Egypt. Sorry for not answering these questions early. I didn't open my account until now, although I did answer them in my post history long ago. I will also try to report the student like many people here are telling me to. It will be a disaster if someone like this becomes a doctor. They're trying to learn oh god.
This reminds me of the fucking Family Guy episode where Peter gets a prostate exam and then tries to sue the doctor for violating him.
Oh yeah, that one.
He violated me!
Yeah, that's how the procedure works. Sorry. You ever had surgery? Talk about violating.
Yeah,
I cut a hole. I cut an extra hole in you just to fuck you with my hands.
I had a prostate ultrasound last year. Fucking.
I don't know. Like, at the one point, I can understand that. Like they went to the wrong place. That also being said, like sometimes this shit happens, and the doctor should have had the ethics to step away. It's really hard to tell.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the school's policies are.
Yeah.
Either. Like the school might have, even though it's a training hospital, they might have a policy of if the guest says go the fuck away, then go the fuck away.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I don't know what their policy is. If their policy is, and if he had to sign paperwork ahead of time that said you're coming in and there will be somebody viewing your procedure, be aware of that. That's one thing. If he got thrown this at the last minute, like maybe he's less of an asshole. I still think he needs to grow the fuck up.
Yeah, I don't know the policies. I don't know this place. I don't know. But what I do know is I think OP's a little bitch. So that's my official verdict. Fair. You're a little bitch, OP.
I mean, unless you're going to tell us that you were touched as a child and you didn't feel comfortable, or you've got past trauma, which none of that was present here. Like, I think judging you as a little bitch is probably pretty fair.
Yeah.
Give your balls a tug, you tit fucker.
I'm also just like, in this situation where you have to bare your asshole for a doctor, is it really that much worse if there's two doctors? Like,
yeah, there's
really,
still doctors.
Like, someone's looking at your asshole either way. Does it really matter if there's one other person in the room who, by all accounts, was being very professional about it?
See, I'm the kind of memester and shitposter where I'd make a spectacle of it. Yeah. I'd spread them hard, man.
Oh, yeah, totally.
I've been like, take a look at what my wife uses every night.
you'd go in like the complete opposite direction of OP.
Yeah, see, that's what I would do, but that's how I would cope with embarrassment is just
Yeah.
ham it up,
Yeah.
you know, and that's perfectly valid too. I think.
You should go to You should go to med school. You'll be a riot at the med school hospital.
Ooh, then I could do that to college. Then I could do that to college students. Interesting.
Ooh.
All right, before I get labeled even more of a pervert. Already got problems with that. But
Yeah, next one, Zeke, if you will.
Yeah,
I
next
will. I will read the next one. This warning, everyone. This one is not safe for work.
Oh no! Oh dear. Wait, the last one wasn't?
It wasn't labeled as such.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for not asking for money after taking a neighbor's kid to the ER/urgent care?
Huh?
Am I the asshole for not asking for money after taking a neighbor's kid to the ER?
Oh god. Okay.
Okay, so this happened on Wednesday, and my husband is still giving me the cold shoulder. It was about 1 in the afternoon when I, 33F, hear a knock at the door. I open it to see 2 boys who live above us in a panic. 8M was washing the dishes when they dropped a glass in the sink, breaking it, and accidentally cut a large gash into their palm. Not something a simple band-aid could fix. They asked me for help, as both their mom, 31F, father not in the picture, and their emergency contact were respectively at least 40 to 60 minutes away. They called 911 and had already been waiting 15 minutes upstairs for help, but there was little sign of quick assistance. Our emergency medical system is pretty broken at the moment. You're lucky to get an ambulance within 35 minutes, even if you're experiencing a heart attack or have stopped breathing. It's seriously, it's bad. I'm not surprised, sadly.
Yeah.
Anyway, I quickly get myself together. I wrap 8M's hand in a little better with a towel, call a taxi, and off we go to the ER/urgent care. 16M spoke to their mother on the way and kept Mom up to date. Mom asked me if I wouldn't mind staying with them until she was able to get there, estimated another half hour. Ended up being 60 due to traffic. Sure. No big deal. Which they abbreviated as MBD, and I had to think about it for a second. God damn it, Reddit, stop making up new acronyms. We're on our way, and everything will be okay. She can take her time. Boys are being looked after. The ride was only about $15, about a 10-minute ride, and I spent another $20 on food and a treat for them both. I'm sure after all the panic, they were not feeling all that great. Felt better after checking at the ER. Getting a little food and sugar back in their system couldn't hurt. The mom finally arrives and is extremely thankful. I say no worries, happy to help. Wish them all luck and head on home. Found out later 8M had to get a few stitches, but handled it like a champ. Hubby, 35M, gets home. The hellos and daily debriefing happens. I tell him about the boys and everything. He's okay, but then goes on to ask Jenna when she'll be paying us back. I was surprised, and I told him I hadn't planned on it. She doesn't know it cost us anything, and it's not a lot of money. It was like $35. It's not going to break our bank. It was an emergency. NBD. He counters with how we're trying to save for a house, car payments, and all this stuff, and starts getting very hot under the collar. I tell him I'm not going to ask her, but if she offers cash as a thanks, I won't decline. I'm not going to chase her down, however. He called me a fool and wasteful, and that, quote, her children are a financial responsibility. I just rolled my eyes and walked out of the room. I spoke to my mom, who agreed they're not to my mom, who agreed they're not a financial responsibility, but also said that what I did was a kind thing, and lots of people would have done it. So sort of split the middle, I guess. Hubby is still pissed, and now I'm wondering what I'm missing. Am I the asshole?
It's true you were under no obligation to do that, but you did so out of the kindness of your own heart, and you are not obligated to ask for money back. If you want to do this out of the kindness of your own heart, that is entirely your own prerogative, and I think your husband is being fucking ridiculous.
If this was some massive sum of money, I might agree, but it's
like $35. Come on.
Whatever.
We're trying to save up for a house and a car payment. It's $35.
Yeah, it's like...
You're not the asshole, OP.
Your husband is...
Your husband is, yeah.
Your husband is deeply America-brained.
Yeah, like,
I diagnosed your husband with a terminal case of American.
I'm sorry, he's American. There's no hope for him.
Oh no. Doctors say it ain't so.
That's how some people treated me in fucking Germany. It was kind of funny.
Yeah.
They were like, "There's no hope for you," and I'm like, "Yeah, you're right."
Yep.
I am now realizing that the Terminally American podcast would have been a great alternative name. Anyway, not the asshole. You're a great human being. In fact.
Yeah, no, you did the right thing and you stood your ground. Good job.
Yep.
Kevin, you must read this one next.
Do I have to?
Nope, show's over. Goodbye, everyone.
No, wait, no.
It's been nice talking to you. This has been the Bakagaijin podcast.
Am I the asshole for confronting my neighbor who is obviously stealing produce from my garden?
Depends. Did you confront them with a giant sword? If so, maybe.
Oh, I got a story about that one.
Do you have a story about someone confronting you with a sword?
No, I confronted somebody else with a sword.
That
Oh,
was my
no.
second guess.
All right, so real quick before we get into this,
Yeah.
this is right after I purchased my first car, which was a 2014 Toyota Corolla S,
Yeah.
and it was my first ever car purchase, and this is about 2 months after I bought it. So I own a combat grade high carbon steel razor sharp bastard sword that I purchased at a Renaissance festival from a company
Yeah.
called Badger Blades.
Nice.
They make actual swords for like night people who do like the night training and joust training and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But Badger makes really good stuff. Actually, I'm looking at it hanging on my wall right now because I built a rack for it. But it's a real weapon. I can slice and dice with it pretty nicely. And this is before I owned my handgun. And so the only weapon to my name was this sword. And I wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and just because I needed to use the restroom, and out of for some reason I decided to look out my back window in my room, which looks over the driveway, and I see my doors open, and I see 3 kids with their legs hanging out of my doors. Now, we've had problems in our neighborhood before. The same group of teenagers broke into my neighbor's house behind me 4 times, stole a bunch of stuff. And so I don't know if I had left my car unlocked or what happened, or if they'd somehow figured out a way to get into the car, but I wasn't about to have people breaking into my brand new car.
Yeah.
So I immediately, and I'm wearing, by the way, I am a 6'3", barrel-chested, hairy, angry ginger-looking motherfucker.
Yep.
Okay, with a beard, and I was in my flannel sleeping pants and no shirt, and that was it. And this is the dead of winter.
Oh.
So
Like the
I
fucking
grabbed my
Northman
sword.
just walks up to these people.
I grab my sword off my wall, run downstairs, kick open the back door, and I look at them and I say, "You better start running." And boy howdy, all they see is a 6'3" barrel-chested ginger Viking with a fucking sword in his hand, who says, "You better start running." And I start walking towards them with murderous intent, and they booked it the fuck out of there. And I screamed, "Don't come back." My buddy points out later to me that I should have screamed, "Skyrim belongs to the Nords." But now, mind you, we have a hospital about a block away from my house.
These
I was
kids, I
very
want to point
interested
out.
in giving them the first sword wound to fucking treat since the 1400s.
These kids are just like fucking rummaging around in the car. They just are like, why do I hear boss music?
Why do I hear boss music? No, so that's my story about.
That's great.
But anyway, continue.
Okay. Am I the asshole for? God, that might be better than what I'm about to read.
Probably.
I'll have you know. Am I the asshole for confronting my neighbor who is obviously stealing produce from my garden? This spring, a young woman, let's call her Kristen, moved into the house next door to me. She owns some sort of catering business for weddings and runs an Instagram account about food. We live in a semi-remote area about 15 minutes outside of a small town. During pandemic, I got very into gardening and love my thriving vegetable and herb garden. I tend to it very carefully, and I love that I can feed my husband and kids with food that I have grown. This summer, produce has begun disappearing. Some of my tomatoes, squash, eggplants, and herbs will disappear overnight. I see no signs of animals chewing them. No vegetables disappeared from my garden last summer. Obviously, someone is taking them. Kristen is the nearest house to mine. The other nearest are a bit of a walk down the road, and she is right next door, and I find it very suspicious that they began disappearing right after she moved in. I even checked her Instagram and see her posting photos of food this very week featuring the exact produce that's gone missing from my garden. Tomatoes, zucchini, eggplants, herbs. I confronted her about this yesterday evening, and she became very, very defensive. She said I was crazy and that she had no reason to steal from me, as there is a farmer's market right down the road and she grows her own windowsill herbs and has a supplier for her business. She even had the audacity to brag about how much money she makes, saying that her business brings in good money and that she would have no need to steal. From her defensiveness and this level of bragging, it seems obvious to me that she is lying. Things got ugly and she slammed her door in my face, which to me seems like further proof of guilt. Am I the asshole? Should I have gone about this differently? She is clearly stealing from me and clearly lying about it.
Top comment, get a security camera, get proof that she's doing it.
Also, pinned comment, locked because the number of people who think veggie theft would result in bodily harm is absolutely fucking wild.
No, should result.
Should result in bodily harm, yet no. Grab a security camera, get proof that she's the one doing it. Then post it to the internet and tag her. Tag her business account too. And tag her windowsill herbs too. Her herbs are going to be so disappointed. Yeah, she's been two-timing her windowsill herbs. She has no basal human decency. Hey now, she's only trying to make a mint.
Now Reddit's basically like, you have no real evidence, you're the asshole.
Yeah. Like it's really just them, like, it's correlation doesn't equal causation here.
Sure.
You're correlating the disappearance of your produce with your neighbor moving in, therefore stealing. That's not how that works.
Someone said, this accusation is fairly unhinged. She's posting pictures of all the produce that is in season, is available at every store and farm stand. Assuming she's sneaking into your garden at night to steal your vegetables is bizarre.
Yeah. There could be... Hell, there could have been someone from the farmer's market coming in, stealing your shit, and then selling it. That's a possibility. If there's a farmer's market nearby, then clearly there are other people looking to sell the same shit that you have. So, like, it's entirely possible that someone's, pilfering your produce and, selling it.
My cabbages!
My cabbages!
Yep.
So, that's a possibility, too.
OP, you are the asshole.
Yeah, you need to have a better case before you start seriously accusing people of stuff like that.
Yeah. All right. Am I the asshole for serving fake meat and pretending it was real?
Oh no. Oh no, no.
My two daughters are vegetarian. The disease is spreading.
No, vegetarian, not vegan. Difference.
I'm saying that their stage hasn't progressed as far. Yeah, they're at like stage 1 or 2 of obnoxiousness, but it hasn't become terminal yet. There's still time to save them. But my husband,
we can pull them back. We can finally pull them back. Okay.
My husband and son are not. I'm probably what they would call a flexitarian. No one has ever said that word before. You made that up.
Nobody says that.
My son and husband always turn up their noses at tofu or any other meat alternative. They say it's just weird and it's made to resemble meat. It's really the concept and not the taste. There are no allergies. My family and I often make 2 versions of dinner. 1 meat, 1 real, twice the amount of pots and pans. There's an equal distribution of cleaning and cooking in this house, thankfully. My daughters had a fun prank idea of making 2 pots of spaghetti sauce under the pretense that one was meat. They were both soy ground beef. The real goal here was to see if their brother and father actually hated the meat and see if they could maybe save some dishes in time in the future.
Great.
Everyone loved it. Everyone loved dinner. Both husband and son finished their plates. This was when my youngest couldn't hold it in anymore and told them. They both got very upset about being fed something other than what they were told. Reddit. Am I the asshole?
We have judged a very similar story to this before
Yeah.
that was coming from the other direction.
Let's just recap with top comment. Because top comment lays it out basically what we said before.
Yeah.
This is not a meat eater vegetarian issue. Tricking someone into eating something other than what they thought they were eating is a massive breach of trust. The fact that this substitution is harmless is irrelevant. That your aim was to clearly shame and embarrass them over their dietary preferences does not help. Would it really be that different if they cooked meat and fed it to your daughters, telling them it was soy?
Yeah, that's what it boils down to.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
You deliberately tricked them in an attempt to shame them for liking what they like and not wanting to try something that they don't want to try. That's their prerogative. It is not up to you to judge them or to force them to eat something that they don't want to eat. You are the asshole, OP.
That's what I'm
Go
saying.
fuck yourself.
Yeah, the disease is spreading. They're already getting terminally obnoxious. They're
Yeah.
going to be vegans. They're going to be vegans by the end of the year, Kevin. They're only going to get worse.
I'm sorry, I diagnose you with veganism.
Oh no, it's terminal.
Terminal
For everyone around you.
There's
Yeah,
It's gotta
there's
even
no coming
annoy them
back.
to death.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Swear to God. This happens so fucking often, I swear.
Because that's the symptom of the disease, Kevin.
Got another good one for me?
No. Well, did you read that one?
No, you did.
Kevin, you know what? It's time to the lightning round.
Woo!
I've got to go to the... Hold on. Oh, I'm going to save that one for next week. I just refreshed the page, and I'm like, oh, I gotta save that one.
Ooh, content.
More content from the content tube onto the conveyor belt of Reddit? Yes, please. Hold on, it's being laggy. Let's scroll.
Damn you, Reddit.
The lightning round. This is where we go.
Let's go!
This is where we go to our unpopular opinion.
fucking opinions.
And see the unpopular opinions. Are they popular? Unpopular? Do we agree? Disagree? Let's find out. Unpopular opinion: doggy style is the worst position ever.
Yeah, you can't
You're
even
fucking retarded.
you can't even see their face. What the fuck?
I'm gonna guess that the OP has never even like had dog before.
There's worse.
There's worse positions like reverse pile driver or pterodactyl or
Oh god.
you could be just mundane and do you could do mundane and do.
Mm-hmm.
But-
Or whatever your uncle did to you at the barbecue when you were 6. That was not a good position.
Oh. I mean,
Unpopular opinion.
that might have been
Kids
doggy
should not-
style.
Kids shouldn't get priority in home run balls.
Huh?
Oh, okay. Okay. Kids shouldn't get priority for home run balls. Why should an 8-year-old be given a home run ball that an adult catches? They have decades to go to more games and catch one for themselves. My life is half over already. If I catch the ball, I'm keeping it. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. Fine.
That certainly is an interesting hill you're dying on.
See, the problem here is that this is baseball and I don't care.
See,
Hey!
I think what happened is this guy caught a ball and then probably had some fucking bitch-ass parent yell at them over it and tell them that their kid deserved it.
son wanted that ball.
It was totally coming towards him. You're the asshole.
Fuck you, OP.
Am I the asshole for catching a baseball? If that happened to you,
About to kill Osama bin Laden, then yes. Otherwise, no.
if
Ladies
that
and
happened to
gentlemen,
you, OP,
we got him.
I understand, but unpopular opinion: touching someone shouldn't be considered assault, and people enabling them are just wanting to escalate the situation for their fun.
Touch.
Completely depends on how you're touching them.
Yeah.
That being said, mind people's personal space unless they know you or have said it's okay to touch me.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like, if you're dealing with a hooker, then no. If you're dealing with a person at a random, like, carnival you met, then yeah, please don't touch people. It's inappropriate. It may not be assault, but it's inappropriate.
Unpopular opinion, the idea that it's considered healthy to forgive someone in order to move on is complete bullshit.
It depends.
It's more for you than them
Yeah.
in a lot of cases. It's not bullshit.
Yeah.
No, I mean, if you're in the midst of such a situation and you're feeling pressured in that direction that you're not ready for, that's one thing, and that's a valid thing to feel.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make the practice of forgiveness bullshit.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's see. Unpopular opinion, people getting mad at the clerk who stabbed the robber are too sheltered and don't understand what it's like to be in a scary situation.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't know.
I actually 100% agree with that. Until you are in a survival situation, you cannot judge people who make decisions during a survival situation. A great example of this, by the way, is the one time where cannibalism was actually not punished by law. There was a famous schooner that was not shipwrecked, but they were basically adrift at sea, and then they got crashed on an island, and they made a decision. They actually made a movie about this. They made a decision to cannibalize half the crew so that the other half could survive.
Yeah.
So they took the weakest and the most injured of them and consumed them. Now, in a normal scenario, this would be barbaric and completely unacceptable. But considering the situation they were in, the choices were keep our honor and all of us die, or give up our honor and some of us can live. And so you really can't judge. And they were forgiven for those crimes because of the circumstances. You really can't judge somebody until you've been in a survival situation yourself.
Yeah.
So anybody who says, "Oh, the cop should have done this or this," well, I'm like, have you ever had someone point a gun at you?
Sure.
You can't really judge that situation until you're in it yourself. That doesn't mean we can't do better, but that means that it's really hard to judge somebody based on extreme circumstances like this when you have really never experienced them yourself.
Yes.
That said, I feel like it's different with the police. They should know what they sign up for.
I agree with that. I agree with that, but at the same time, like, there are definitely circumstances that have been blown out of proportion where I'm just sitting here like, no, he made the right call, but everybody seems to think he didn't.
Sure.
Yeah. Again,
You have to consider these situations, and you have to really try to put yourself in the shoes of the individual. Then.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion, with 90% of jobs in the world, being late does not matter in the slightest until you start to hit 10 plus minutes. Well, I don't have the data in front of me, but my gut says probably.
I don't know, but my gut says maybe.
Being late does not matter in the slightest until you start to hit 10 plus minutes.
If I die, tell my wife I said
it does.
hello.
It absolutely does. Hold on. Because I've got people that are ending a shift that are going home, and I can't keep them.
Yeah.
So suddenly my store for the next 10 minutes is down like 5 people because 5 people decided to be 10 minutes late. Fuck that shit. I ain't dealing with that. Be on fucking time.
I think this person is very used to jobs that don't have shifts like that and just have like the work period of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, if I'm 10 minutes late to an office job and I don't have a critical meeting that starts as soon as I get there, 10 minutes shouldn't fucking matter. It's not going to affect my productivity. But at like at a restaurant or something that moves extremely fast, then yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Let's see here. Unpopular opinion, it's a shame that some people don't talk about their mental health, but other people are way too open about mental health issues in completely unproductive ways, and it's completely legitimate to not want people like that in your life.
I've experienced that personally.
Yeah.
If you become the espresso friend all the time, then people will just fucking leave.
Oh yeah.
Trauma dumping once in a while is fine if you're really going through it, but whining about your situation constantly is just not healthy for anyone involved.
Yeah, pretty much.
I've been in very young skewing communities, and it really seems like a lot of them these days, they're not looking for friends, they're looking for amateur therapists.
Oh, okay. So sidebar, I'm actually playing Halo Master Chief Collection in the background while also conversing, and I forgot that I had my my game chat on. So people are like, "Is he talking to us?" I'm sitting here talking about mental illness, like with a totally straight face, and they're just like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, maybe mute yourself, bro. Come on.
No, I think it's funnier this way.
Yeah, that is pretty funny. Unpopular opinion: there's nothing wrong with couples each having their own bedrooms while living together. Yeah,
Absolutely not. You think I want my wife farting on me at night? Like,
yeah, nothing wrong, nothing right, nothing wrong.
Besides, then I'd have to give up my body pillows, and I ain't doing that shit.
Yeah.
Priorities.
Yeah, you're comfortable, but you're also way too hot and you fart on me, so I'm gonna choose my body pillows every.
I refuse to touch grass. That's where ants have sex.
I'm sorry. No, on the real, I think it's perfectly fine. Some people don't do well sleeping with another person in the bed too.
Yeah.
I am not one of those people, but I definitely know there are definitely can't sleep if there's another person moving around in bed next to them, no matter how long it takes them, how long they try. So that's perfectly reasonable in that circumstance. Like, I love you, but I also want to survive long enough to keep loving you.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion: smartwatches are boring and do not need to exist.
I
don't really get
spoken from a person who never had a smartwatch.
Yeah.
I don't think they're all that. Like, they're a nifty little gadget, but their use is extremely limited, and I don't think they warrant
for
the
how
price.
much they cost.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Is I don't think they warrant the price that you have to pay to get one.
Yeah.
Like $600 sometimes for a smartwatch is almost as much as the entire phone, and it does 1/10 of as much utility, and requires a $600 phone minimum to work with.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion: nuts on cake is gross. I'm not a fan, personally.
Agree.
Yeah, it depends. It's situational for me.
Like vanilla peanut cake is actually really good. Also, pecan pie. I mean, I know it's not a cake, but
yeah. Unpopular opinion: electric vehicles are not the future.
Disagree wholeheartedly. I actually know a lot about this one. So, electric vehicles are the future. That being said, if you're looking to see internal combustion engines disappear entirely, that's never going to happen. Or at least it's not going to happen within any kind of like foreseeable future. There is still a lot of reason to have an internal combustion engine at your disposal, especially for things like very, very large work vehicles.
Yeah.
And race cars. That being said, even for race cars, like Ford has been putting out Formula One racers that are Formula Ford series, and they've been putting up numbers versus F1 vehicles, which are using 6-cylinder twin turbos.
Damn.
Yeah.
Electric vehicles are absolutely the future, but they're not going to be used in every application. And it's going to take quite a while before they've functionally fully replaced internal combustion engines.
Yeah, what I think you're going to be seeing for a very long time is that hybrids are going to become the norm.
What I don't believe, at least for a very long time, like way outside the scope of our lifetimes, is self-driving vehicles. I do not believe that's the future.
Agreed.
The technology requires too much infrastructure to run successfully. They have a hell of a time, just by the very nature of their design, they have a very difficult time operating in adverse weather conditions, and they don't adapt to changes well. You suddenly hit a slick patch, you're going sideways. It doesn't matter what you're doing, and you have no control. A good driver can deal with slick patches pretty well. A computer has no fucking clue what to do in those situations. It can kind of help, but like I'd rather see driving assists become more standardized than self-driving cars.
I'd rather see trains.
I mean, me too.
Yeah.
I'd rather see tracked vehicles become a more of a thing.
Yeah.
Um,
I think electric vehicles are the future in terms of like trams and trains are going to be electric, obviously, but like
most places they already are.
Yeah. If you're saying if he's saying electric cars aren't the future, I would agree, but only because I don't think cars should be the future.
I think
cars are for racing, not driving.
No, cars are absolutely for driving. Like I can't take a train out to bumfuck middle of nowhere America.
Not yet.
I never will
attitude.
be able to.
Not with that attitude.
It's a complete waste of fucking money. You need personal transport for those kinds of things.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I'm just playing around.
Yeah, Zeke, you know how allergic America is to infrastructure.
Well, even if we solved that, like we're not going to build trains to every inch of the United States,
Yeah,
and we have a lot of farmland, and we're very spread out. So personal transports like cars that can go anywhere
Yeah.
without backpack is just a better idea.
Yeah.
In many places in America, like the major cities, sure, connect them all by train. But like, if I want to go out see Uncle Dan, who lives out in Po Town, fucking southern Rust Belt, Ohio, I'm not going to be able to take a train there. I'm going to need a personal transport.
Yeah, I feel like there's a gradual scale when you get to obscurity like that, where you start in like the major urban centers, you go from trains, then you go to trams, and you go to buses. And
Well,
then
cars also give you an inherent convenience because you can just stop and go whenever you want.
Yeah.
With trains, there's schedules to keep, and the schedules aren't that bad, but still.
I think the main thing is that like infrastructure should be that cars take you between places. They're not the places should not be built around them.
That I agree with.
Yeah.
But going to the next one.
I don't have an opinion here, but unpopular opinion: Tom Cruise is finished as an actor because he cannot even pretend to have chemistry with a woman on screen.
Well, you saw Top Gun Maverick and I didn't. How'd that go?
It was fine.
Okay.
Like, if you're talking specifically about his chemistry with another woman, it was fine.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't anything to write home about, but it wasn't sterile.
Yeah, like it's fine. It's fine. It's all right. Besides, I don't think someone's acting career should be predicated entirely on whether or not they play well against a female actress. Like, I think that's a little short-sighted.
But the sensationalism got me to click, Kevin. He's finished!
There's no way forward for his career! He's done for!
He's doomed!
Doom.
Okay, I gotta read this one to see what the fuck they're on about. But it's not safe for work. Okay.
Oh no.
Unpopular opinion: all men that want to have anal sex with their partner should experience it for themselves first. You will never understand how much lube is required, how fast or slow you should go with your partner, how much prep you need, etc., until you experience it for yourself first.
Okay, so I won't tell you with who, but I have done anal, and it is something that I had to request over and over. I'm just saying. I've done anal before, and one of the things you need to do is make sure that they are entirely comfortable, entirely relaxed. Also, everybody in this Halo lobby is listening to me talk about it right now.
That's why I picked it.
Let's go.
It's hilarious that I'm sitting here podcasting while I'm playing Halo, and everybody in this lobby is hearing me talk about anal. This is the best thing I've ever had in my entire life. I'm getting banned from Xbox Live for this conversation. I'll wait until I'm out of lobby. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I'll spare you. Nice playing with you. Good game. Anyway, now that I'm out of that. So, here's the thing. Like, no, I do not believe everyone should have to experience it, because it could be one of those things where your partner's into it, but you are not.
Sure.
And you should always be mindful that, yes, it can hurt if you're done improperly, and you need to be careful.
Yeah.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah.
So to speak.
Yeah, I just don't think this step is necessary.
I feel like somebody probably did. The OP probably had it bad once, and then is like, everybody should have to feel that for themselves, and it's just projecting. And I just no.
Yeah.
But it should be an agreement, and you should be courteous of the other person's wants and needs during the experience.
Yeah. I mean, just when you're trying anything new, just be careful. I mean, you don't need these steps as long as you have that caution. So
yeah, precisely.
Unpopular opinion: bucket hats look horrible. They just do.
What the fuck is a bucket hat?
I think are they talking about that shit Devo wears?
Maybe. In which case, damn it, I'm gonna have to Google that, aren't I?
Yeah. Let's Google. What is a bucket hat?
Bucket hat.
Bucket hat.
Oh, the fishing hat. Okay.
Oh, no, those are fine.
Those are fine. Those look good.
It's fun.
Yeah, I like those.
Google's recommending me one with Danny DeVito giving a thumbs up, so that's a pretty good bucket hat.
There you go. Fucking excellent.
Yeah, I'm going to show you this picture. The 3 bucket hats Google has recommended to me is one that's an instant ramen noodle cup, one that's Danny DeVito giving a thumbs up, and the one that's just a baked bean texture. So what I'm saying is the algorithm is getting too powerful.
I need this. I need this in my life.
I sent it to the voice chat.
One that's just a baked bean text. I kind of want the baked bean one.
I kind of want the bean hat. But damn it, they're trying to trick me. We've already decided I'm not a hat guy.
No.
Oh, but at the same time, it is a bucket hat. It might actually fit me.
This may be the exception, Zeke. It may be the exception.
I don't know. Do I want to gamble on this? Do I want to fucking spend $21 plus shipping for the fucking bean hat?
Hey, even if it doesn't fit, you can just, like, set it up in your room.
What do you mean set it up in my... You want to just display a bean hat?
Why not?
Nobody comes in here! Why would I put up a bean hat display?
I don't fucking know.
Okay, if this... Guys, if this video gets 20 likes, I will buy the bean hat.
Okay, I'm gonna start sharing it around.
Okay, everyone. 20 likes, I buy the bean hat.
Damn it, I'm gonna have to put that image in the video now. Shit.
Yeah, this could happen. You could get me to buy this. This has a 4.5 stars, so I guess it's a quality bean hat.
You know, you could call it a beanie.
It's not a bean.
It's not.
It's a bucket hat.
It's a bucket
It's a
hat.
bucket hat.
With beans on it.
Yeah, learn the difference.
God, I fucking love, like, fucking... Oh, God. Who the hell is selling fucking a bucket hat and is like, you know what this needs? More beans.
I just want a baked bean texture on my bucket hat. Anyway, we're not gonna top that.
No, not gonna top the baked bean hat.
Let's. It's already 5. Let's just call it. We're calling it now.
All right,
We're calling it.
It's the end of the episode. If you want to be part of the Baka Gaijin show, you can write us in at bakagaijinshow@gmail.com or join our official Discord server in the link provided below. And you can follow us all on Twitter at @CCharmanderK, at Saradin Cedranor. And you can also have a wonderful fucking day, you beautiful cocksuckers.
Is that a
God?
That's a nice thing to say.
is that
Yeah.
is that a compliment?
I don't know. Do they like cock? That really determines it, I guess.
Some people might.
Yeah. If you suck cock
For
and you
those
don't
of you
like
who
it,
like
what are you
cock,
doing with your
please
life?
enjoy more cock.
Yeah. Cock likers, cock haters, cock neutralists. We
Hold
accept all.
on. I'm a male chicken, so please don't enjoy me. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. But you can enjoy us next week on the Baka Gaijin show. Stay tuned. Zeke freak out. Ciao ciao for now.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I got all this potential that's deep inside of me, but they hate when you're successful cause they try to be. They sit there being judgmental because you're trying things, and they just want you to settle and do the right thing. So get a good job, don't slack off. Wake up every morning, make a good impression on your boss. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do, and when you're making money, make sure you don't spend it too soon. Fuck that, I'll do what I wanna do. I got a different path.